All right, a beautiful Thursday morning to you from wherever you're listening across the world. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM. You know what time it is? Every 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. on these airwaves. Conversation with Dayo and Tola. I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
And I'm Tola Teriba. Good morning.
Morning and welcome. It's the 6th day of the 8th month of the year 2020. And this is how we do it on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Right out of our Iliakide Orita Basharo studios here in Ibadan. We're also broadcasting live, coming to you via our sister stations to with Agility 92.1 FM and Okyogo 96.3 FM. And of course, we must say a very big thank you to all our online audience coming, joining us via facebook.com/Oluyole98.5 FM or Twitter at Oluyole FM. Our website remains the same. You can listen to us via our website www.bcus.tv/listen. We're also on Instagram at Oluyole98.5 FM. Check us out on Radio Garden and Mixler, the online radio platform, mixler.com/Oluyole FM. We are also live on the platform. In due course, we open the phone line for you to join the discussion. So get ready with your comment. But of course, you can also go ahead and drop those comments on our live stream on either Facebook or Twitter. Once again, you are welcome. This is where we give you news that you can use. Newspaper review with top-notch analysis, and of course, you get to contribute during the show. We go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
High debt profile. Stop borrowing. Tackle mass killings. #revolution now tells Buhari. We have a rider 91 protesters arrested in Abuja, Lagos, Abeokuta, Osogbo. And where politicians can loot serial Chinese loans. Movement once. That's on the second page. It's in fact front page of the Punch newspaper.
And banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune: Revolution now. Security men clamp down on protesters in Abuja, Lagos, Osun, Ogun. Arrest Bakare, 5 others in Osun, 40 in Abuja. 25 protesters arrested, arraigned in Lagos court. Falano said that CUPP condemn attack on protesters. All this on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
The pictures speak here, showing the protesters across the cities mentioned. Okay, buried explosion. I thought I'd die, says Nigerian footballer. That's on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. And the numbers keep rising in Beirut.
Yes, it's now officially 135. It says there are 135 dead, over 4,000 injured as Lebanon imposes state of emergency. Page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune.
That tells you that blast was not ordinary. Well, God be with Lebanon at a time like this.
No group has come out so far to claim responsibility.
Well, of course, for now. Well, but it's unfortunate. And aside the lives lost, the properties destroyed in that port.
The blast was heard as far as Cyprus.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I kept telling people, I said that one was not just ammonium nitrate. If you see the video, there was a first blast with white smoke. I said that looks like ammonium nitrate. Anybody who has done some little chemistry, that white smoke and all that looks like some chemicals. But then the second blast, and the way it went, there was this shock wave. I said no, this another bomb
almost
does
looking
not.
like a nuclear explosion.
That's it. So well, God be with Lebanon at a time like this. They need all the help they can get. That's, I mean, well, DHQ silent as US says ISWAP Al-Qaeda taking over West Africa. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Nigerian Tribune also says here Al-Qaeda penetrating Northwest US alerts Nigeria.
Okay.
I was still on security back home. Oyo approves 59 million for Amotekun takeoff. That's on page 29 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, since you have decided to come to Oyo State, let's just take this fund too. Oyo vows to recover 96 billion naira stolen under previous administration. That's on page 27 of the Punch newspaper.
So the state anti-graft agencies will begin to prove past contracts, spurious contracts awarded by the past governments.
Okay.
It's about time the anti-graft agency is set to work.
Yeah, it's been a while since it's been set up anyway. So, yeah, let them get to work.
Right. Edo Deputy Speaker impeached. Speaker alleges plot to take over Assembly. That's on page 20 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Interesting. After the impeached Deputy Speaker. Okay. All right. Ohanese, IPOB fighting same cause, different approaches, says Onwodo. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
All right. Ondo Gilba, Akedodo meets OK Unity Forum to end APC crisis. Page 20 of the Nigerian Tribune.
This is not nice. Female soldier raped by bandits. Appeals dismissal. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
She had to face dismissal again after. Uncertainty trails petrol pump price. Currently sells between 143 and 150 naira. Page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, talking about fuel, Nigerians spent 2.37 trillion naira on petrol in 13 months, says NNPC. That's on page 25. Details of that on page 25 of the Punch newspaper.
And also where Nigeria spends 791.5 billion naira on debt servicing, 139.7 billion naira on capital projects in 3 months.
Wow.
Page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, talking about that, we spend money anyway. Reps summon Amechi Ahmed, DMO DJ, orders over Chinese loans. Page 10 of the Punch newspaper. I thought, but I already said we should forget that.
And that the Chinese will roll their carpets out.
They will be angry. Okay. Well, details of that on page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
No repentant Boko Haram absorbed into military, says presidency. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Nigerians find it difficult to trust the government on these matters. There are very strong insinuations that some of these elements may have been absorbed into the Nigerian military.
Wow. God help us. Marginalization. Yekasai backs return to parliamentary system. Wow. Okay. Page 16 of the Punch newspaper. Some people keep claiming that was the best time we ever had in this country.
And you see, I begin to suspect that even if we were to have a return to that, people from Yakasai's part of the political system, part of the country, would be the ones to eventually scuttle any plan or joint agreement to harmonize the agreement to return to that system. There's always that antecedent with the political elite from that particular part of the country. When you all agree on something, people from different parts of the country, what has been happening at different national fora where we've actually sat down to talk to determine our collective future as a nation. You see people from that particular part of the country later coming up to say, okay, well, we did say this, that is not what we meant. We no longer agree. So now Yakasa is talking. Well, I suspect even if we were to agree on that, they would be the ones to come back and say, okay, we are no longer going that way.
Well, let's see, because at least the North is in power right now. So what do they stand to lose? I'm just thinking. Well, it's just his own opinion anyway. It changes nothing.
Well, that's important.
It changes nothing.
It's only views and so
well, we'll leave it as it is. Okay. Septuagenarian guard dies after attack by Lagos driver. What would have caused the wahala? Details of that on pages 4 and 5 of of the Punch newspaper.
COVID-19, lack of protocol enforcement by states are a major challenge, says PTF. Submits recommendations to Buhari on way forward. Now 11,000 COVID-19 patients discharged within 24 hours. That's on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, I think the NCDC DG has come out to explain there was a accumulation of all, people who have been discharged, but not from isolation centers. So they added the numbers together. So that's how they got about 11,000. It's not as if 11,000 people were discharged in one day. I was also curious too when I saw the post. I had to go check. So I saw the press release of the DG, Dr. Chikwe Hekwazu, when he addressed that, 11,000 people did not become negative overnight. Though. It was an accumulation. They've only been recording those who were discharged from isolation centers. So they now told states to send the figures of those who were treated at home and have recovered. And so they added the whole figure together and then added it to that of 2 days ago. That was what happened. I said, okay, that sounds nice. At least that's easier to explain compared to say 11,000. You'll be wondering, do they now have a silver bullet that is Lagos slashes land use charge, waives 5.7 billion naira fees. Page 25 of the Punch newspaper.
Now we are ready to embrace e-teaching, says ASU, page 18 of the Nigerian Tribune. I think Nigerians are more interested in ASU saying that the strike action has been called off, the ongoing strike action. Well, that's if e-teaching were to be the option, the plausible way. Well, I think that's a welcome development. But for now, I think we are more interested in hearing that ASU
exactly
is shooting its swords, and then anytime students are called back to the ivory towers, they would be there to do the teaching.
They should just settle whatever. Whatever. We've all had enough break as a nation, so and that should do. Reps to petition Buhari as NNPC orders Sean summons. I like that than life. Oh my God. Hey, you want to open that book? That book. The book of NNPC. All right. So they said they will report them to daddy. Reps to petition Buhari as NNPC orders Sean summons. They didn't even send any representatives. Kai. A parastatal.
That's the way it goes.
And you have some kind of money in this country.
Animal farm.
The animals are more equal. Okay. All right.
4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
One Nigeria. All right. Bochi health workers begin strike today over salary deductions. Again. Okay. That's also on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Now we're committed to addressing infrastructure deficit, says Makinde. That's coming from Oyo State.
That's okay. Let's take some politics here. INEC expresses concern over looming violence in Edo. And APC is alleging the governor in the same state, says Obaseki has abandoned governance, alleges APC a few months to the election. Even Donald Trump. you need to just see what's going on. You wonder, no. Politics is the same everywhere. Everything for the man is politics right now. Well, it should still govern. I mean, we're not here to sanction any, if that's the religion of duty. If you leave your job and you're not facing something else, but then just being sincere, we know what happens. This is election year. In fact, election months for him. I think that election is supposed to be September, right?
And then
okay, you know better.
Trump nowadays, looking at his picture, it always looks as if he has a headache.
If there's anything more than headache, they are giving him a run for his money. COVID-19 is not helping. The economy is attacked, and his opponents are cashing in on it big time. Black Lives Movement, Black Lives Matter, protests all across the states. Coronavirus cases surging, coming down in a place, some reopening and it's surging again. It's not the best time for.
I will say these are things that are quite alien to a leader in that part of the world. These are things that an African leader would probably, a typical African leader would probably take for granted. That would be normal and acceptable to a typical African leader.
Protests across your country means you are not doing well. That's just it. There's no way you can't spin it. So, and that's why he's doing everything possible to crack down and ensure it stops. But so we have headache.
Do protests bother African leaders unless the protests begin to threaten their seats? That's when they
tried the protest yesterday. We know what ended them. They even shaved one guy's head itself. So, it just tells you how we see things like this. It's I don't know. Well, God help us.
I'm not returning to APC. Says Autumn. Edo 2020, you will emerge victorious. Traditional ruler tells of Baseki. He has consulted the gods.
So the gods have spoken.
The Olupe of the kingdom.
Okay. All right. So if they've not seen something coming out of APC, right?
Well.
Third speech. Mohammed has hijacked NBC's powers, says Iridia. The former head of NTA, Tony Iridia, Professor of Broadcast Management and Media Law, Tony Iridia, says the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, has hijacked NBC's powers. Tony Iridia. That's also on page 16 of the Punch newspaper.
Might be that the NBC would be the ones to decide who or what is making its speech.
Most people don't even know the DG of NBC currently. It has been Alhaji Lai Mohammed that has been reading the code for us. So after all, he's the supervising minister. That's his claim. But a professional is saying that, boss, you seems you are doing too much. We are saying that we are hijacking the activities of NBC. Let them do their job.
We don't seem to have on sports in the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Okay, sports stories here in the Punch newspaper, page 31 precisely. A Beirut explosion, I thought that died since Nigerian footballer. 2 La Liga teams track Omeru, and we have Napoli join chase for Chukwueze. Okay. Arsenal to court 55 jobs as COVID-19 bites. Wow, it's hitting hard. All right, that's it on the sports page of the Punch newspaper. Time check 6:50 a.m. Destination time remains 7:30 a.m. We go to major stories right as a conversation with Dayo and Tola. The first shot.
Revolution now. Security clamps down on protesters in Abuja, Osun, Ogun, Lagos. That's as protesters demand political revolution, removal of service chiefs. Now, security agents on Wednesday prevented a group, #Revolution Now, from staging a nationwide protest to call for mass action over the state of the nation, with particular reference to the raging insecurity and worsening economy. At the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, security men prevented the group from staging the protest, while they also arrested the protesters around the Unity Fountain, a venue of the protest. The demonstrators had planned a nationwide protest to commemorate a year after #Revolution Now movement was launched in Abuja by its national convener and human rights activist Oluyole Sowore. A combined security team comprising the police, army, personnel of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) and those of Department of State Services (DSS) dispersed the protesters at the venue. While dispersing the crowd, passers-by suffered serious damages to their cars and in some cases loss of valuables as they were allegedly attacked by a soldier who went on the rampage, damaging cars. Revolution Now security clamps down on protesters in Abuja, Osun, Ogun, Lagos. Protesters demand political revolution, removal of service chiefs. Those clampdown was also replicated in the state of Osun.
Everywhere they protested, every major cities where the protest held, there was a clampdown.
Well, I think by clamping down on these protesters, the federal government itself may be inadvertently creating the very scenario it is trying to avoid. I mean, these are peaceful protests with little or no tendency of turning violent. So a clampdown would definitely draw more public attention to the protesters and even make them heroes and martyrs, which would mean that the protesters have the government right where they want it, on the defensive. Now, I would say the most appropriate thing, which would also be the right thing to do for any government that appreciates the rights of the people to peaceful protest where there are grievances, would have been to have the security agencies simply monitor the situation and the protest marches to forestall any possibility of an hijack by hoodlums. But from what happened yesterday, it seems there were clear and precise instructions that the protest must not see the light of day. But then, another way of looking at it is that the government may not be too comfortable at this time with any form of protest regarding the current state of the nation. Now, considering news of what such similar protests have done and are still doing to the system in some other parts of the world. I'll talk about Lebanon, I'll talk about Hong Kong, France in the earlier parts of this year and the latter part of last year, and the Philippines, etc. Those places are far away, but the civil protests have been rather potent, and perhaps the Nigerian government feels it cannot afford, even an Arab Spring on its hands at a time like this.
I think the question will be, has the government of the day ever been comfortable with protest? Because it might sound easy, pretty easy to just, give them, a break, saying, at a time like this. But Shimona was arrested about this time last year. So, and there was no COVID-19. There was no Black Lives Matter. Lebanon, to an extent, was still okay. So, really, it's really not about the period. My opinion here, and I think it's the approach that the government of the day has decided to choose. They decided to toe this line regarding protest, and seriously, anywhere in the world, protest is a fundamental human right. I'm not comfortable, and I'm out here to say I'm not comfortable. You can't be killing me and I'll sit down and say, yeah, wait till you die, if I have an opportunity to speak out. And it becomes a challenge if the protest is violent or has a tendency to become violent. But where people come out holding placards, standing at the roadside, I do not see how that affects anybody. But then, of course, I think it would be unfair for me not to look at the other side. That, okay, what if, you understand that, or maybe you are the person in government now and some people are protesting against you at a time like this. Would you sit down and allow them go ahead? Now, let me think like a politician so that, just, be fair enough on both sides. The average politician right now does not want anything that will tamper, with their daily bread. And here's the truth. If you look at it, people are hungry.
I'm very angry.
That's the truth. On the streets, anywhere you go, there's that tension bottled up. People are just managing, to just move on. But if you touch them, that's where you know that this guy, there's something inside. So allowing a protest like this to persist might trigger a ready-made population that is just waiting for it's just like you wait everywhere with petrol. You just need a matchstick.
You might just take one extremely frustrated person.
That's just it. So I think looking at it from the side of government, they might be looking at it like that see, if you allow this thing to persist, it might, just everybody is not happy. Look at the Lagos thing. They can easily come up and say, hey, after all, you shot the bridge. People will just look for one excuse and the other. Before you know it, what was supposed to be just 20, 40, 50 people, you discover that everywhere, every location within the city, people just start venting their anger. After all, we are angry. And see, even the police might not be able to contain it. So yes, looking at it from the side of government, that might be what they are trying to prevent. before it gets out of hand. And of course, the truth is, when it gets out of hand, hoodlums will hijack it. You can't help it. Looting will start, robbery will start, killings, maimings will happen. So yeah, let's call them Islam. Probably that is what they are trying to avoid.
I remember the government said it wasn't happy with the use of the word revolution.
I think we already have that behind us, because that was not even mentioned. Okay, maybe until we hear from the IG anyway, regarding why they arrested those people yesterday, because it's not a crime to protest. No, it's not.
Yes, I'm coming back. Honestly,
it's not a crime to protest. Even the IG knows, and they don't need to take any permission from him to protest.
And I think it could have been better managed, because they didn't even allow the protest to start.
Exactly.
They went to them where they were built to address the press or to address people, and they just started dispersing them. If they had even confined them to those places and allowed them to make the protest on that spot, I think that would have been rather than outright clamp down on. We had stories of brutalization of them. Someone had been shaved, like you said, by soldiers.
Yeah, I mean, there was that picture of the guy who he actually brought his head down and he said, "So what were you looking when they were shaving your head?" But at gunpoint anything can happen. At gunpoint anything can happen. The government have been very quiet this time around. And Shawara himself, we didn't hear anything from him. Well, he's still limited. There's still restriction on him. He can't leave Abuja. He can't appear in public places. So he was tweeting yesterday. He tweeted a lot yesterday. I think they sent him pictures of what was going on in the game. So he was practically leading virtually. Was leading virtually, and but I think they made their point known. Again, any government who wants peace will most likely not want that protest to go on. How they now went about denying them that right is another issue entirely.
But in denying them that right, like I said, they've drawn public attention to them. What they wanted to avoid is actually public attention, public sympathy.
So, well, let's take this story. DHQ silent as US says ISWAP, Al-Qaeda taking over West Africa. The United States Africa Command assessed that the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda terrorist groups were gradually taking over the West African region after being displaced in Syria and Iraq. Commander of the U.S. Special Operations Command, Major General David Anderson, noted that the extremist groups had begun deploying strategies to reestablish themselves in the region and expand further in the continent without drawing attention. Now, speaking during a virtual media briefing with journalists on Tuesday, the commander disclosed that the Al-Qaeda had expanded in Mali and had moved into northern Burkina Faso, where they attacked infrastructure, took out local governance and security forces, and currently controlling the local economy and exerting control over the population. He said, quote, "We are seeing them continue to move further south in Burkina Faso towards the littoral nations in the Gulf of Guinea, and also further west towards Senegal and West Africa. So that's concerning to us as we watch them continue to move throughout the region." Anderson observed that some aggrieved local terrorist groups were being galvanized into a larger ideology and movement, stressing that Al-Shabaab, an affiliate of the Al-Qaeda, was already instigating instability in Somalia in order to destabilize the Horn of Africa. He said that the extremist group was exploiting the humanitarian crisis in the Sahel to gain deeper roots in the region and in West Africa with Islamic State West Africa and Grand Sahara. DHQ silent as US says ISWAP, Al-Qaeda taking over West Africa. Not good news.
Al-Qaeda.
And I know somebody might be wondering, these people are saying and we are looking and we are watching. They can't now. They are US Army. We're sovereign.
Well, if Al-Qaeda is indeed penetrating parts of northern Nigeria, I would, like I always say again, state that the establishment, I mean talking about the Nigerian political establishment, allowed it to happen. Like the Yoruba adage that the thief coming in from without cannot be successful without help from within. Well, we have all watched helplessly as government has failed to act on series of security reports indicting members of the political elite and even community leaders of complicity and compromise in this matter. The truth is that more and more terror groups are finding Nigeria a fertile breeding ground.
That's true.
And even more sad is the fact that rather than face up to this monster that threatens our collective existence as a people, we keep fighting amongst ourselves. See, the settlers versus indigenous in southern Kaduna, ethnic and communal clashes in southeast Nigeria, killer Fulani herdsmen versus almost the entire country, and now even a more potent platform for recruitment into these groups is the weaponization of poverty in this country, corruption, low morale among the security agencies. So, honestly, we don't know the way out. I mean, there have been series of meetings between West African leaders regarding these developments, and they meet, they talk, and at the end of the day, the monster never seems to die.
Don't forget, was the last week Mr. President was in Mali to see how they can help. The truth is, the pockets of unrest scattered across the Sahel is what is enabling these guys. That is all they need. Okay, let me wear my security. When two people are fighting and someone wants an opportunity to share the resources where they are, he does not need to come with another fight. No. Just look at one of them, especially the one that looks weak, and empower the person. In this case, in places where maybe communal clashes or ethnic clashes or bandits roaming around, it's not hard. ISWAP or Al-Qaeda will not come and start their own group. No. They will just send a representative bearing money and ammunitions. Go and meet those groups that call themselves minority, and those are the ones we need. Give them superior weapons. All they have to do is just pledge allegiance. They say, is that all? Yeah, just pledge that. We don't need your money. Pledge allegiance, and before you know it, those minority in quotes start having access to weapons, and they start causing trouble.
But looking at things from that perspective, don't you think some of our neighbors who really don't mean well for Nigeria and who actually want to have a slice of the country's resources illegally could be complicit in these matters, could be aiding the kind of conspiracy you are talking about?
Tola, I think looking at even the boss is going too far. There are people within Nigeria, citizens, who are benefiting from this. That analogy I just gave, I'm trying to be as modest as possible on here. There are citizens, there are residents.
Still boils down to ourselves.
That's it. People within who claim we are minority, we have been trampled upon for long and all that, who are accessing money, accessing equipments from some of these guys, and they are the ones using it against the government of the day. It's so unfortunate. The governor of Borno State said, and I quote, "There's sabotage in the army." It's not Tola that said it, it's not Dayo that said it. A governor, after that attack, he said, "See, we must say the truth. There's sabotage. They are saboteurs in this whole process." This is not even about neighbors. Yes, Al-Qaeda, ISWAP, yes, West Africa, but within. And just like you said, if the thief inside does not open the door, the thief coming from outside can't do anything. So it's important we look within first. That enemy coming from outside is finding solace in someone who opened the door and granted him, access to our everything, security apparatus, access to our resources, access to, somebody cannot come from Mali now and know the way in Nigeria. All these things we are saying, Tuareg from, and really, some people welcomed them. Some people told them where to go. That's it. So we should start from that angle. Now, who are these people within? Exactly. Who are these people within giving them access? Why are they giving them access? Is it because they feel nobody can do anything? Because that is also part of it. You could see that impunity that nobody can do anything. It's our time. We will run this. It's happening. The trend is coming out, and until we begin to just speak truth to power, we are joking.
Let's take this one. Uncertainty trails petrol pump price. That's on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I think I should ask you, how much did you buy the last time?
Last night I got it for 148 naira.
Correct. Okay. Some filling stations have started shutting down. I hope you noticed.
But in the night, quite a number of them were open.
In the night, you know now. We know how that runs. We know what that means.
Following an increase in the ex-depot price of premium motor spirit, PMS, also known as petrol, there seems to be uncertainty as to the actual price of the commodity. The Petroleum Products Marketing Company, PPMC, a downstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, had on Tuesday fixed the ex-depot price of PMS at 138 naira 62 kobo per litre. In a memo signed by its manager sales, Mohammed Bello, in Abuja, the PPMC said the new price becomes effective from August 5, 2020. Checks revealed that barely 24 hours after the announcement, some filling stations had increased their pump price to 150 naira a litre, while others still maintain 143 naira. Now, while reacting to the development, marketers stated that the commodity prices would differ as marketers had to sell at a price best suitable to them. Uncertainty trails petrol pump price as commodity sells between 143 to 150 per litre in filling station. Ipman panel directs members to sell at 150. Does this mean that each marketer now has the liberty to sell that?
Unfortunately, that is beginning to happen, and it does not mean things like this don't end well. We know what happens. Some will begin to hoard, and all that. Some will begin to have a plan, to sell at a higher price. You can see Ipman can already saying 150. And we already know a couple of these filling stations don't even sell the liter, as it should be. So you will pay more and still get less. It's obvious. So I think is it PPPRA now? No, DPR has a lot of work to do. If really you want to be able to control the pricing, go all out and ensure it happens. Because whether we like it or not, we are still a generator-driven economy. People depend on fuel to run, cars to run, generator. 1 naira increase in petrol affects everything. We can't afford inflation coming from that angle. DPR should just go out there. I think the first thing, not just going out, have a meeting with these guys.
Because I want to say, asking DPR to go out there for some form of enforcement,
they can't.
Nigerians will suffer because they will just shut their doors and disappear.
Exactly. I totally agree. That's why I had to change that word. Going out there is not the solution now. Meet with them and settle. They should just meet with them, negotiate. I think why these guys are fighting now is that 6 naira increase that we read in the papers about 2 days ago from the depot. That, if you're adding money, we too will have to break even and all that. That is why they are reacting the way they are reacting. They need to negotiate that, and you don't need. We can't. These are things we can solve on our own. We really do not have to go this way.
I know the interesting thing about Nigerians is that in this kind of a situation, as long as the fuel is available, Nigerians will keep buying.
But these guys, Tola, the challenge is with these marketers. We know their style. When they want to enforce something, they will have a meeting. Everybody will lock down. So the fuel will eventually not be available. We know their style. That's their way of getting their information out, and it has started happening already. Some filling stations they will just lock down and then open at night. I sell at a price that they can sell. This is not necessary. DPR should do the honorable thing on time. At a time like this, everybody is tense though. So please, let's just solve that problem within. Let's not bring that out now at this point. There are better things to think about as a nation. DPR, do the right thing. And I keep telling you, the way Nigeria runs, depot managers can handle this thing themselves. The owners of filling station in your states, meet with them, settle with them, you'll be fine. Ipman Kano has concluded 150 and they'll be available for it. Don't tell us 140 something. We will say 150 and you have it. That's an agreement. You know, so at least if it will be available based on your theory, people will buy. At least you'll be selling for us at 150, no problem. But all these ones that these Ibadan guys have started doing, I noticed this since yesterday. They will shut down during the day and then sell the price they want to sell at night. Really, it will lead to the era of keg. You quickly go and buy. You know, we don't need it.
Buying.
Exactly, that's the word. We don't need it. We can't avoid it. Well, as we open the phone lines. There's this story right here from Oluyole State that you took a while ago. Let's just use it to open the phone line. Oluyole vows to recover 96 billion naira stolen under previous administration. The Oluyole State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has said his administration will retrieve billions looted by officials of the past administration. According to a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Taiwo Adisa, the Governor said this on Wednesday at the commencement. This is what I really wanted to bring out. Commencement of the construction of the 21-kilometer Ajia Airport New Ife Expressway in Ajia Town. The 21-kilometer road project was awarded at the cost of 8.5 billion naira. Although the governor did not mention his predecessor's name, he said the funds stolen in 96 months preceding his assumption of office would be retrieved. Makinde said, quote, I had somebody criticizing us on radio concerning the 100 billion naira bond and was of the opinion that this administration wants to put the state in debt. Well, for the period of 8 years, they were only preoccupied with how to corner $1 billion a month. So he said, Makinde said his administration will reduce the infrastructure deficit in the state within a very short time. This project actually is what they call alternative funding project. The contractor will bring his money, use it to do the project, and then when the state has seen it and all that, will now pay over a period of time. If you ask me, this is the best way to solve infrastructural deficits in Nigeria, not just for your state.
And of course, you'll be compelled to do a good job.
Exactly. I mean, like, this is the right way to go. Bring your money. Nobody's borrowing any money on your behalf. Bring your money. Do it. Let's see. When you have done it and we have seen it, we arrange the payment, you know, and all that over the years. I think is the way to go. It is the way to go, rather than, you know, getting some people and then
you can see the grains from the chaff when it comes to contractors, project contractors.
It's a serious matter. Well, the phone line is open. 08055009850.
And Oluyole is also approving 59 million naira for Amotekun
I think we should not take that story. Is it available? Please, let's take it before we take the first call. Because I know people will still mention Amotekun today when they call in.
29, the Oluyole State government has approved some over 59 million naira as grant for the takeoff of the State Security Network Agency, codenamed Operation Amotekun. This was disclosed by the State Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun, in a statement on Wednesday. The grant is to cover procurement of 3,000 units of uniforms, combat boots, lanyard, baseball hats, security belts, and socks. It will also cover the production of logo for the personnel to serve as identity and distinguish them from other security agencies. Oluyole approved 59.7 million for Amotekun takeoff.
Our first caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Shifadele calling from Igbora.
Nice to have you, sir. Go ahead with your comment.
I want to thank you for what the governor has decided to do on the past administration. You know, this is what he also have done before, because there are so many of them who have embezzled the money of Oluyole State that many people, the innocent people of Oluyole State, supposed to have been spent on the people of Oluyole State. Look at the local government. All the excess food waste money they collected, they share the money. And those people that collected embezzled this money are those that are attacking the government that he did not do anything. He's just he's calling him different names. So I want the government to wake up now and make sure he recover all our money and use it for the development of this Oluyole State God will bless you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Chief Adele from Igbora. Thank you so much. The phone line is still open. You can still join the conversation from wherever you are. Matthew Olaleru on Facebook saying good morning to Andy. Lord is your strength. On the do election, both APC and PDP should take it easy. Election is a game of interest. It should not be a do or die issue. Thank you. Yes, so from Ilera Tola Jide. The rape of Nigeria female soldier is disgracing, disgusting and inhuman. What then happens to harmless civilians if such is happening to harmed citizens? Again, why is stealing so convenient and comfortable by Nigerian leaders? Era of leaders with integrity like late Awu is gone. I pray to God to intervene quickly in Nigeria's matter in the interest of the poor. Dr. Jide Akintola from Ogbomosho. Someone else is here on the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Here is Charles calling from Okaka.
From
Okaka.
Okay. Go ahead.
Touching the issue of the project that the state government embarked on, it is commendable, and I think other governments should follow suit. The federal government, state governments, they should follow suit. And also, touching the Amotekun issue, this is also commendable because even the federal government has not done this in a while. So I'll say this is highly commendable. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Charles from Kaka. Bolanle Areo on Facebook say, good morning, guys. So peaceful protest is now a crime? Oh, go. But I can feel more to come very soon. Mama, are you one of them? Revolution now. This is what you are predicting more to come. I'm suspecting you, ma. Adiola Sunday, he said, good morning, Diane Tola. On revolution now protest, government should do the needful to listen to the protesters instead of sending security agencies after them. And PMB had led such protests in the past to call me Adiola Sunday from Shaki. We have selective amnesia in this country. We easily forget some things. So we can choose to forget.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Haruna.
This is Haruna from Odoro, Ogomosho.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead with your comment.
Mr. Janchi, God is always your strength.
Amen.
I want to just say kudos to Engineer Seyi Makinde, our able governor, for giving them funds to start with Amotekun's stuff. I know that God is going to show them the way.
Amen.
So good, sir, for our able governor. Go, sir. And to the Manchester United fans, we won yesterday night. So congratulations to us all.
All right.
Mr. Dayo, well done.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Haruna from Odoru there. You're doing well in Europa. Okay. Wait. Abimbola Bolari Wakabir is saying the language Nigerian government understand is protest too. I'm suspecting these people. I hope it's not Evolution Now people that are commenting on Facebook this morning.
Minds of Nigerians, actually.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
I am Mr. Tola. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is Shola from Okaka.
Oh, nice to have you. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Please, I want to say something on the arrest of the arrest that came up yesterday.
Okay.
I don't know what, some things are confusing. I mean, if election is coming nearer, these same politicians will be confusing people, see what we have to do. And these same people, if they are showing their grievances to the government on what is not suitable for them, the same government will still be putting them in a cage. In this same country whereby debt is running, we are incurring loan upon loan, no benefit to the citizens. People are hungry, insecurity, and these same politicians are still looking the same treasury. And if people come up with something, you arrest them immediately. That's number one, sir. Number two, on the issue of Governor Shimakide setting up anti-graft agency, I think this is a good move in the right direction. Because you got people say, to back up, making your non real. People are feeling his work, they are seeing what he's doing. So, may God bless his family. Let me say that way. I'm not a politician. Right. I don't have a single voter card.
All right.
So people are mentioning and seeing what he's doing. Let him continue.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ishola from Okaka. Thank you so much. Tola, your man is here. Orogbade Williams. He's saying those that arrested the protesters, are they not tired of the situation themselves? Nice question. He said, listen, a man is coming to power someday that will bring out the present atrocities to book. That's Orogbade there. You know, when he said that, I just remembered a short clip I saw on social media yesterday. Some of the policemen that were arresting people in Lagos State, 3 of them, they just sat down safe. They were tired. They themselves sat down by the as they on the floor. They just sat down. We just
and they've not been having it too good. Honestly, the security agencies too. They've not been having it too good in recent times.
Yeah. But brilliant point made by Orogbade there. Someone else is here.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Bayo and Tola.
Good morning, sir.
This is Bayo from Okewa.
Oh, nice to have you, sir. Just go ahead.
Thank you. I want to make a request.
Okay.
That your phone line, your personal phone line, apart from phone line, because of some things I want to discuss with you. So that's number one. Number two, on the issue of security, I just want us to, I want to encourage people and tell people that they should prepare their life after death. The reason I'm saying this is that death is starting. Jesus said, they should be carried that die many times before their death. Because death is starting. I'm saying this because of insecurity here and there. We have gotten more than enough in Nigeria already. And the Akida and other people have reported are still trying and here and West Africa in general. So, death so cheap these days. A habit of death all around. So whether we die by war or we die by disease or die by whatever, it's something we're going to die. Just let everybody prepare for life after death. So that the little time we want to spend here, we will spend it carefully and meaningfully before death strikes. Thank you and God bless you. Remember my request.
Okay, I want to suggest that you do that by social media. Okay, thank you so much. On Twitter, Folare Gerard is saying there's another report that ISIS and Al Qaeda have concluded plans to infiltrate southern Nigeria. Why not? A country where we have repentant terrorists treated nicely. They see Nigeria as a fertile hunting ground. If I talk, they will say I should pay 5 million. You already talked. Folare, you said it already. Well, it's left you and let you go and sort yourself out. Okay, someone is here.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Oh, morning, sir.
Mr.
Falodu.
Yes, from Papa Ilodu.
Okay. Right, please go ahead with your comment, sir.
Mr. Chiadi, on the issue of what you have just said, sir, you needed not to take permission from police for protesting. So you need to inform police so that it's not like that side. What because the hoodlums? That's that. Then on this show called Battery and you know Nigerians we like to see busy grammar. See, they are terrorist group. Most of them are from inside Nigerians inside that especially national political life. And if I want to tell you, it's very important. This price talking about, is it not the same phone price that the Jonathan administration want to make 120 naira where we started
going to the streets? It's the same.
Is it the same?
It's the same thing, sir.
This administration, we believe that they are going to do. They're supposed to do something concerning all these things, and our government needs to know that all this pump price, you see exactly what is controlling this, all the commodities in Nigeria. Everybody. So if they continue increasing this price, they will still want to make things to be harder for we masses. I don't know. I'm wondering the country of the kind of country we are. What are we doing in this country? Please, I want to let our government try to understand that this pump price is what is controlling this the commodity of this country. Some masses they will enjoy this country. please.
All right, thank you so much, Mazi Wanko from Okeado. Really appreciate your call. Folari Gerard is back on Twitter. He says, when they rented Empower people on the Solidarity March in Abuja, they were welcomed with joy by security guys. Those security guys beating young men also have children at home because of ASU strike and horrible roads. They will come back after 35 years to cry that they have been owed pensions. Lebanon will rebuild the entire Beirut from the ashes, but will still be casting out demons in Nigeria. It is certain. Which demons, Folari? Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Reverend Babakode speaking from Langate.
Oh, nice to have you, Reverend. Go ahead, sir.
But I want to talk on the increase in pump price. This is not fair. Nigerians are crying. Why do they need to increase pump price at this time when everything is difficult for people? Even it is difficult to eat. This is democracy. The government of Buhari should try as much as possible to see that pump price is reduced. So that is my submission. From
Thank you so much, Reverend. We really appreciate that. Olakule Dawn at Olakule_Dawn on Twitter is saying that ISIS and Al Qaeda are entering Northwest is not news. Unfortunately, this government is insensitive towards insecurity. Well, they said they will overhaul it too. Here's our last caller for today.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sir.
Good morning,
sir.
Well, sir. The way I see things in Nigeria, they are just postponing evil days. These little protests they are trying to clamp down. The best thing is that they should address it now. Listen to their grievances, take whatever they write in their hands. Then, if somebody is protesting, at least they will have the list of what they are protesting for in a paper. They will write it.
Yes, that's
the modern way to protest. So the best thing is take it from them. Okay, then tell them, okay, we will address it. We have seen it. Then you just let them go in peace. That's the best thing. Now they find it easy to clamp down those who are protesting for better Nigeria, but they don't find it easy to clamp down on the Boko Haram. They are pampering them, saying they have repented. Senator says they're supposed to raise amnesty for them. All these things. So they are turning things upside down for them.
Right. Thank you so much. You didn't tell us your name, sir, and your location.
I am Comrade Joshua.
Okay. Thank you so much.
From Oluyole.
Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
So we should not postpone evil days.
Thank you.
We address things now.
Thank you so much, Comrade Joshua from Elebo. That will be our last call for today. We must say a very big thank you to Chief Adeleye from Igbora, Charles from Okaka, Aruna from Ogbomosho, Ishola from Okaka, Sadayo from Okeo. Sadayo, please go on our social media platforms. You can chat with us right there. Mr. Falodo from Kumakwa Lodo, CY Nwanko from Okeado, Vema Batunde from Lanlante, and Comrade I just spoke with us. Thank you so much for today. Alaja Agbomojo Wulewa, thank you. Ilias Agoro, we can see your comment. Olusegun Ojo, Gbadebo Adegoke, Jeremiah Crown, Ralph Opaola, Samson, Oluwase Okikiola, Olajide Lukman, thank you so much. We can see your comments, but that's the much you can take on the show. Till tomorrow when we come your way, I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola Teriba.
Up next, Sport Tidbits.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
Oluyole.
Listen all you want. It's always free. Thanks for showing us the way to better radio.
Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Si gisele
morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30 a.m. And you know, it's sport time right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. The Trailblazer, the pride of the nation. You know that we are the number one in the West, the best in the West. Number one, yes, Sport Pete is here once again, back on your radio, bringing you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest news. All the news that you can use in the world of sports. Yes, this morning we've got an exclusive for you. We'll be talking to a former international who is also a coach, and of course looking forward to probably getting the job of the Super Eagles someday. He'll be talking to us this morning about the reason why the new generation ex-internationals are not taking up coaching roles with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Boluwa Jogmala is my name. Don't forget that you can listen to us online on www.bshows.tv/listen or watch us live as well as streaming on Facebook and of course on Twitter. Yes, yesterday, yes, it happened. Manchester City completed the signing of defender Nathan Ake from Bournemouth Football Club, relegated Bournemouth for £41 million. Well, the big question is he the defender that Manchester City need? Is Ake what Manchester City need? That's the question on the lips of all football fans this lovely morning, and of course I'd love to hear from you on that particular one. But of course before that, let's kickstart from Imo State this morning. Yes, in a bid to properly reorganize the club. That's talking about Atlant Football Club. The Imo State Commissioner of Sports have directed the accountant of the club, Ima Opanose, to take charge until a substantive general manager comes on board. It's understood that Opanose has been directed to make sure that the club starts to run properly, unlike what has been happening in time past. In another development at the club, a report has it that all management staff of Atlant Football Club have handed over all properties in their possession as directed by the state government a few weeks ago. That's according to a letter sent in by the government last month. You recall that the Imo State government, led by distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, is still owing players of the club outstanding salaries. Heartland were placed 13th on the MPFL log with 32 points from 25 games before the 2019-2020 MPFL season was declared concluded due to COVID-19 pandemic. Moving straight to our exclusive interview this morning with former under-17 national team coach Emmanuel Munike believes that many new generation ex-internationals who are now coaches actually stay clear of MPFL jobs because domestic clubs and players are steeped in a culture that promotes shortcuts to success. While noted that ex-internationals from the old generation, including Christian Chukwu and Kadri Kana, enjoyed long careers with Nigerian clubs, the same cannot be said of the young generation. The 1994 CAF African Footballer of the Year says that the total shift in mentality is to make coaching in the MPFL attractive to ex-international. Let's listen to Coach Emmanuel Munike on the show this lovely morning.
From Europe to coach Las Vegas. I was privileged to coach some boys also. But you know, the ex-international, those that are involved into coaching, do not want to come and coach in the league. But there's a lot of factors. Nobody in Nigeria, let us be frankly to ourselves, even the players that we have, even the generation that is coming, and none of them believe that it's through hard work you have to achieve success. Everybody wants to have it cheap, God. Everybody wants to make it easy. Everybody believes if I'm playing at home, I must win. If I go away already, the players, they already have in mind that going away is like losing the game. So, you know, things has to be done in the right way. Will people allow you to come with the idea? Because they will tell you that this guy is coming here with the mentality. So there's a whole lot of factors.
There listen to Emmanuel Amunike, yes, who enjoyed a stellar career as player and coach. He has coached the Sudanese club SC Khartoum and also coached Tanzania's Taifa Stars, who he led to the group stage of 2019 African Cup of Nations in Egypt. The former Zamalek of Egypt winger was the assistant coach when Nigeria won the FIFA Under-17 World Cup trophy for a record fourth time in the United Arab Emirates back in 2013. He then led the Golden Eaglets to a record extending fifth title in Chile 2 years after. That was in 2015, a feat which earned him a promotion to coach the Under-20 side, the Flying Eagles. He is currently director of the academy at Egyptian Premier League side El Makassa after leaving his role as manager of the club after just 3 matches. Moving on this lovely morning, talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Super Eagles have been ranked among the 100 most valuable national teams in the world, with the Nigerian senior national side also making the top 20 list according to transfermarket.com. The Super Eagles is the second most valuable team on the continent of Africa, with a valuation in the region of 206.65 million euros. Nigeria's Super Eagles currently occupy the 19th position in the world and second in Africa, just behind fellow West African nation Senegal, with a monetary valuation of 319.78 million euros. The Three Lions of England are rated as the most valuable national team in the world, with a staggering monetary valuation of 1.12 billion euros, ahead of second place France. Brazil are third on 913.60 million euros. Spain is fourth with a valuation of 735.40 million euros, while Germany, Belgium, Italy, Argentina, Portugal and the Netherlands are in the top 10. And Leicester City and Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi is currently Nigeria's most valuable player after his market value increased by as much as 9 million euros from 36 million euros to 45 million euros. He has 120 Premier League games under his belt across 4 seasons, scoring 6 goals, and he finished second both as EPL's top tackler and best interceptions this just concluded Premier League season. Quick one from the world of boxing this morning, where it's good news for Nigeria's Ifeanyi Jagba, who has just been signed by a renowned boxing promotion outfit, Top Rank. Yes, the heavyweight boxing sensation Ifeanyi Jagba, yes, joins the likes of WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury and Manny Pacquiao on the books of Top Ranks, yes, who actually manages some of the best boxers across the world. According to reports, Jagba bought out his contract with Golden Boy Promotions after spending 3 years with the outfit. The 26-year-old pugilist says that the decision to become a better all-round boxer influenced his decision to join Top Rank, one of the biggest boxing promotion outfits in the world. Top Rank founder Bob Arum praised the Nigerian, saying that he had all it took to become a heavyweight champion in the nearest future. Other notable boxers under the belt under the management of Top Rank include WBO featherweight champion Oscar Valdez, WBC lightweight champion Joe Ramirez, WBO welterweight champion Terry, and hopefully sometime in the future Ifeanyi Jagba would also be our world champion. Moving straight to the world of basketball, I'm talking the NBA, where Chris Paul scored 21 points to lead the Oklahoma City Thunder to a 105-186 win over the Los Angeles Lakers yesterday night. In other games played in the NBA, Toronto Raptors got the better of Orlando Magic 109-99 points. Brooklyn Nets also defeated Boston Celtics 115-149, while Philadelphia 76ers defeated Washington Wizards 107-98 points. Memphis Grizzlies 115-124 better than Utah Jazz, while Denver Nuggets defeated San Antonio Spurs 132-126 points. Another good news coming from the NBA this morning is that the NBA conducted 343 COVID-19 tests in the past week, and all returned a negative result. It shows that the world, of course, is winning the war against COVID-19, despite the fact that football and some sporting actions have already returned. Back to the world of football this morning and talking Europa League, where Odianjo de Gallo's record of scoring in every start for Manchester United came to an end as he drew blank in the Europa League last 16 second leg tie against LASK Linz in an empty Old Trafford on Wednesday night. Igalo had scored 5 times in 4 previous starts, including in a 5-0 thrashing of the Austrian side in the first leg, but he couldn't continue his streak as goals from Jesse Lingard and Antonio Martial cancelled out Phil Westninger, a shock opener to help the Red Devils to a 7-1 aggregate win over the Austrian side. United will play FC Copenhagen in the last 8 in Cologne on the 10th of August. After the Danish side defeated the Turkish champion Istanbul Besiktas 3-0 without Nigerian international Azubike Okechukwu in the early kickoff of their 3-1 progress on aggregate. Let me also inform you that all things being equal, Nigeria's under-23 national team captain Azubike Okechukwu, who plays for Istanbul Besiktas, will join us on Saturday Breakfast Sport this coming Saturday. Don't want to miss that edition. Well, having already secured Champions League football with a top place finish in the league, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer United would hope to round off the season by lifting the Europa League trophy. Elsewhere, Shakhtar Donetsk also progressed with a 3-0 win over Wolfsburg in Kiev, confirming a 5-1 aggregate win, and the Ukrainian champions will now play either Basel or Eintracht Frankfurt in their quarterfinal tie in Gelsenkirchen on the 11th of August. Well, in another game played yesterday, Romelu Lukaku scored his 30th goal of the season, and Christian Eriksen was also on target as Inter Milan defeated Getafe 2-0 in their last 16 one-off tie in Gelsenkirchen, Germany, after the first leg was postponed due to COVID-19 pandemic. Victor Moses was benched for that particular encounter. Inter Milan will now face either Bayern Leverkusen or Rangers in their final 8, with the German side leading 3-1 on aggregate. Inter Milan have reached the quarterfinals of a major European competition for the first time since 2010-2011 Champions League, and Lukaku's strike means that the Belgian has now scored in his last 8 Europa League matches, equaling Alan Shearer's record in the competition, formerly known as the UEFA Cup. And later tonight in the Europa League, more games will be played as Rangers International. Rangers of Scotland will be taking on Bayern Leverkusen. Leverkusen going to that game with a 3-1 advantage. Don't forget, Lionel Lubre, Balogun, and Joe Aribo are in the books of Rangers, and we're supporting them, hoping that they will turn around that particular result. Also, Wolverhampton Wanderers will welcome Olympiacos. First leg ended 1-1, and of course, it's all to play for in that encounter. FC Basel will welcome Eintracht Frankfurt, with Basel going into that game with a 3-0 advantage. And also tonight, Sevilla will take on Roma. Yes, that game is actually a one-leg game, as the first leg was postponed due to the outbreak of COVID-19 back in March. Heading straight to the Premier League this morning, where Premier League shareholders are set to vote on a number of issues later today, as the 20 clubs, including newly promoted sides like West Brom, Fulham and Leeds, are formally invited to take part in the 2020-2021 season. Last season, remember that the clubs are prepared. As they prepared for the project restart amid lockdown restrictions, they voted to allow 5 substitutions and increase match day squad from 18 to 20. There will be votes later today on whether to continue with the 5 substitution rule or revert back to 3. The shareholders will also run through how to implement VAR for the coming season, which will now be overseen by FIFA after they took control of the VAR related matters from IFAB back on the 1st of July. The 2020-2021 Premier League season will see a different interpretation of goalkeeper encroachment during a penalty and an increased use of pitch side monitors. Marginal offsides or armpit offsides are to remain, though, after the PGMOL's attempt to look at flexibility over the interpretations of VAR have been denied by FIFA's intervention. There will also be discussion on the concept of piloting limited amount of fans at preseason matches and at some Premier League games when the season resumes on the 12th of September. The government's aspiration of allowing supporters back at football matches from the 1st of October remains despite the current suspension of sporting pilot schemes last Friday for at least a fortnight due to a spike in COVID-19 cases in certain areas of the United Kingdom. Well, still in the Premier League, where West Ham forward Michael Antonio has been named the Premier League Player of the Month for July. Antonio scored 8 goals and contributed an assist as West Ham United went unbeaten in their final 4 games of the season to move clear of the relegation zone. Another awards doled out yesterday. City's Kevin De Bruyne, his turner against Norwich City, handed him the goal of the month for July, while Southampton manager Ralph Hasenholt is the manager of the month for July in the Premier League. Well, another very good one coming from Arsenal this morning, as Arsenal have confirmed that they are proposing 55 redundancy due to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the club's finances. In a statement released yesterday, head of football Raul Sanelli and the managing director Vinay Vakatesham said one of the key reasons cuts are being made is to maintain investment in the team. The just concluded Premier League season was suspended in March before finally resuming without fans in the stadium in June, leaving clubs without one of their key revenue streams, that's gate takings. The clubs also cited revenue from broadcasters, match day, and the commercial activities had also been disrupted and would continue to have an impact ahead of the forthcoming Premier League campaign. Well, they also confirmed that financial support is actually coming from owner Kroenke Sport and Entertainment in terms of financing and stadium debt. Well, still at Arsenal, where Bukayo Saka has been voted Arsenal's 3rd best player of the season. Well, Arsenal made the announcement in a statement released on their website yesterday. Saka commanded 10% of the final vote that was decided by fans of the club. Saka has enjoyed a stunning breakthrough season and has underlined his versatility by playing in a variety of different positions from left back to center midfield. Congratulations to the young man. Well, to the big one yesterday, where Manchester City announced the signing of former Chelsea centre-back Nathan Ake from relegated Bournemouth Football Club for £40 million. A former Chelsea defender Nathan Ake put pen to paper on a 5-year contract at the Etihad Stadium yesterday. It is understood that there is an additional £1 million in add-ons as part of that particular deal. Yes, the big question is Ake the kind of defender that Manchester City needs? 08055009850 is the number to be a part of the show this morning. Ake becomes City's 2nd summer signing following the £21 million arrival of Valencia winger Ferran Torres on Tuesday. The Netherlands international joined Bournemouth in 2017 for a club record fee and made 121 appearances. I wish him all the very best. Oh, time is not on our side this morning. Well, let me also inform you that Real Madrid boss Zidane has been voted the best manager in the world by French newspaper L'Equipe, beating Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola to that particular title. A couple of transfer rumors are out there. Do join us tomorrow morning for another interesting edition where I'll be giving you some of the transfer rumors making the rounds in the world of football. Well, we have to go this morning. Big thanks to everyone who's been part of today's production, and bigger thanks to you for listening. The show returns tomorrow. Till then, do have a lovely day and stay safe.
It's 10 minutes before 8 on Oluyole 98.5 FM. You're welcome to our commercial belt.
unbeatable. That's the BCS for you. Yeah, BCS TV. Oluyole 90.5 FM Ibadan. Agility 92.1 FM Ogbomosho. Okiogun 96.3 FM Alaga. For inquiries and patronage, please call 081-5271-9250. 081-5271-9250. That's the BCS customer care line for you. Do call BCOS, a media giant in a class of its own.
We, the family of Oluyole, announce the passing on to glory of our father, Prophet Solomon Ilesomi Oluyole, the founder, prophet of Way to Eternity Evangelical Ministry, aka Akede Onoye, who passed on to glory on the 15th of July 2020. Age was 85 years. Christian wake on Tuesday, the 4th of August 2020 by 4 p.m. at Hallelujah House, N6/753C, Local Street, Odobale, Songo, Ibadan, while Cups leaves Ibadan in the motorcade on Thursday, the 6th of August 2020 at his residence, Awo, Ekiti. Various services and interment will take place at his residence, Awo, Ekiti, by 10 in the morning on Friday, the 7th of August 2020. He is survived by children and great-grandchildren. Prophet Solomon Ilesomi Oluyole, may your gentle soul rest in perfect peace till we meet to part no more. Announcer Ayodele Oluyole for the family.
So I don't write jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, egusi,
rice and stew, jollof rice. Thank you. All this plenty kind food one they call so. Now what you go chop for the naming baby?
Yes, ma'am.
See, enjoy.
No be small.
You see, mama baby, the same way we get different kind of food. Now so we get different kind of child-based spacing methods. So child-based spacing go make your belly sweet well, and your body too, it go tanda gidigba. Anyone wey you choose good for body and you go fit trust am.
Auntie Nurse, my Jasper don dey talk about am o, but me I dey fear.
See, no culture or religion wey no dey support anything wey go make life better. Make you and your Jasper come when una ready. I go dey wait for una o.
Okay. No forget say anyone wey you choose for childbirth spacing matter dey safe and you fit trust am. Oya waka go any health center wey get the green dot logo to get full information on childbirth spacing services. This message na the Federal Ministry of Health and support from American people carry and come.
Bàbá ìjàmbá ṣòlè ó ń léta jí o. Ìbò. Abẹ́ẹ̀ tí gbọ́ pé gbogbo tó lórí tẹlẹ́mù ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló ti fẹnu kò pé ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ti gbogbo wa ní lílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Èmi àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, ẹ̀yin náà àmọ̀tẹ́kùn.
Èmi náà ti gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé náà ti gbórí ilé fẹ́jú oró tí ń fọ mọ̀gàmọ̀gà lédè ìṣọ̀kan Yorùbá dénú.
Ṣùgbọ́n bàbá wọn láwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò àmọ̀tẹ́kùn wọn ní kò sọ̀rọ̀ à ń lò wọn ò ní làdá bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn ò sì gbọ́dọ̀ lókun mọ́ bóun ó ti wá mọ̀ ṣe.
Ṣé bí wọn náà mọ̀ pé ń bá ti dúró tó lódùmarè ohun gbogbo lóní.
Àmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ṣáájú láti gúnyán dolóró láti ṣẹ̀bẹ̀dẹ̀ lókù àti mọ̀ pé pákọ̀kọ̀ kì í jiyàn àti wó lórí lọ.
Bíbó bàbá.
Olódùmarè ti ṣílẹ̀kùn fọ́jọ́, òmìnira ti ṣílẹ̀kùn fọ́mọ tuntun, ọjà òrà ti ṣílẹ̀kùn fọ́ ọ̀nìrìṣà.
Ọ̀ṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tẹ ti ṣílẹ̀kùn fúnre Yorùbá nù, ọ̀rọ̀ yín ti yé mi.
Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló gbàjà fámọ̀tẹ́kùn, ààbò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò gbọ́dọ̀ yẹ̀.
Rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń kéde.
If you want big breaks, nothing's gonna stop you now. As long as you reach out with Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, your greatness is now. Conquer fear from losses or any form of hindrance from achieving your greatness. With a wealth of experience in insurance and financial matters, an array of life and general insurance products, motor insurance, fire and special perils, burglary, goods in transit, marine and a lot more. For further information, please call 2341-342-9161 or send an email to info@greatnigeriaplc.com. Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, for assured commitment. Here comes the Big Bang.
The BCOS Bank. Mouth-watering bundle airtime sales for adverts and announcements.
Additional numbers of public paid announcement belts on Oluyole 90.5 FM, Agility 92.1 FM, Okyogun 96.3 FM, BCOS TV on StarTimes channel 113 and GoTV channel 105.
24-hour television transmission plus an unbeatable radio network. An innovative landmark. Advertise, announce, and promote that product and or service at a go on 3 clear-cut FM stations, Oluyole, Agility, and Okyogun simultaneously. Yes, same time.
The BCOS Big Bang. The Big Bang that covers the entire Oyo State and beyond.
Please call the BCOS customer care line 0815-271-9250. The BCOS, a media giant in a class of its own.
kí ilé rẹ̀ máa kan bá gbogbo ẹbí kí gbogbo àyíká máa dọ́gbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o láti inú yàrá ìdáná lórí àwọn ìtẹ́lẹ̀ sínkì àtàwọn nǹkan mìíràn
òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn o kì í ṣaṣọ funfun nìkan lára àgbẹ̀yìndà jíìkì ń pọ̀ ẹ tún lè lò ó láti fọ ohunkóhun tàbí ibikíbi láti fọ ìdọ̀tíkídọ̀tí nílé yín jíìkì á pa ìdá 99% ìyẹn 99% nínú àwọn kòkòrò àrùn tó ń fa àìsàn tó máa ń wà láwọn ibi tó bá ṣí sílẹ̀ ó yá tètè lọ ra tìyẹ báyìí.
iṣẹ́ ẹni níṣẹ́ ẹni má tijú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ikán kì í tijú à ń mọlé èèrà kì í tijú à ń lànà alápàǹdẹ̀dẹ̀ kì í tijú à ń fò kiri ní gbangba má tijú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ bígi ló bá ń ké sowó bí wọ́n sì gbà ọ́ pé kó gbálẹ̀ ọjà bí ìránṣẹ́ ló sì jẹ́ lábẹ́ ìjọba iṣẹ́ ẹni níṣẹ́ ẹni má tijú iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ọ̀bá àṣàgbẹ̀ ọ̀bá àṣàkọ̀wé bó o jẹ́nàjà bó o jó ní wóróbo iṣẹ́ ẹni níṣẹ́ ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ kì í pa ni àìṣe rẹ̀ gan-an làbùkù.
níbo ni wọ́n yìí sí báyìí.
Olúyọ̀lé FM ní gbogbo ìlú ń gbọ́ orí àwọn eléré wọn náà ni wọ́n ń bọ̀.
ọmọdé ìlú o àgbààgbà ìlú o Olúyọ̀lé ni ẹ máa gbọ́. bó jẹ́ torin àwa la lórin bó jẹ́ tìròyìn elétí ọ̀fẹ́ òtẹ́tì àwa la mú tí ẹ̀ ń fẹ́. ètò àtàtà lóríṣiríṣi àwa la lè dé lẹ́kùpẹ́gbà olókojò bàbá ni 98.5 o ó là ní lọ́yẹ̀sẹ̀ o òun sáni ẹ máa gbọ́.
ẹ ṣeun igi pọ̀ ní gbọ́ká tó fi gé ọmọ gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ dùn ìròyìn àsìkò tó kún rẹ́rẹ́ eré ìdárayá kálá nílọ́yẹ̀ lásìkò ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú orin agbọ́dúnú ètò lóríṣiríṣi Olúyọ̀lé FM lọ́gá gbogbo mùtúmù wa.
ọmọdé ìlú o àgbààgbà ìlú o Olúyọ̀lé ni ẹ máa gbọ́.
aago mẹ́jọ ti lù lórí ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM àsìkò ti tó fún elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ẹ má bá wa kálọ.
elétí ọ̀fẹ́ máa rè o.
lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èní o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yín tó lùkọ́ yín ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọlé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Afẹ́press ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o. ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èní o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́.
nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá ti ń gbádùn ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ náà ni òun náà ni amúdé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ṣe wà ní àràárọ̀ bí aago 8 tó bá ti ń ro kege àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé àwa àti náà ní níjẹ̀jọ́ ó sì tún mú wa wà lórí ètò lónìí ó sì tún mú kẹ́yìn náà wà ń bẹ̀ láti lè láǹfààní àti tẹ́tí sí ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ nítorí bí Ọlọ́run ò bá fún wa láǹfààní yìí kí ni ẹ̀dá fẹ́ ṣe àdúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Elédùà àwa kí ẹ̀yin náà bẹ́ẹ̀ káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ fún ti àárọ̀ yìí tẹ́jẹ̀ ṣe àràárọ̀ lápé àti nígbàgbọ́ pé ẹ̀ náà ti ṣetán láti máa gbọ́ ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan ìròyìn gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti máa mú wọn wá fún yín láti orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láti àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ àti gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ káàkiri àgbáyé kí ẹ máa bá wa bọ̀ ni Lọ́lá Ọ̀sanyìn ní orúkọ tèmi gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ wípé ẹ̀yẹ wa ìfapá kan fò nílé akéde ẹnì kejì mi Tayọ̀tayọ̀ ní ọ̀gbẹ́ni yẹn fi wà lórí ètò láàárọ̀ ìlú Táyọ̀ kí ara lé lọ́rọ̀.
tó ṣé wọ́n ní ìgbà yẹn láàyò ìgbà yẹn láyàn hó ebi àárọ̀ ọ̀sán àtàlẹ́ òní pa wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè torí wọ́n ní tẹ́bi bá ti kú òun òṣẹ́ Lọ́lá ìṣẹ́mọ̀ bó ṣe ìṣẹ́ ti bù ṣe o èyí Táyọ̀ Olúṣọlá lèmi jẹ́ o Tayọ̀tayọ̀ ni mò ń kí n káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ògúnṣínà ẹ káàárọ̀ ṣe dáadáa nílé wa.
ẹ káàárọ̀ ìkí mi láàárọ̀ fún àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń túnlé wọn ṣe àwọn tó tuntun ṣe àbáwọn tó lérò tuntun ṣe yọjọ jẹ́ ká lọ tún àyíká wa ṣe láàárọ̀ yìí káde má da ìdọ̀tí sí ojú títì wọ́n ti mú yẹn o wọ́n ti mú yẹn nísìn àwọn tó sì wà wọ́n ìgbẹ́bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ti mú yẹn báyìí.
olùsokò
yìí ẹ káàárọ̀ àdé wàhálà lónìí o.
káwa náà yà jìnnà sí wàhálà ni ká má fi ọwọ́ ara wa
ká má fi fa wàhálà. ẹ já máa rán yín létí pé bí ẹ ṣe ń gbọ́ wá níkànnì Olúyọlé FM 98.5 òun náà ni ẹ mọ̀ gbọ́ wá kétékété ní Ajílété FM 92.1 Òkè Ògùn FM 96.3 tó fi mọ́ àwọn ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo tó wà lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wá kedere òun náà lẹ́mọ̀ gbọ́ wa kétékété kókó náà láfi bẹ̀rẹ̀ òtórí kókó òun náà ni iye Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́.
kókó àkọ́kọ́ lọ́wọ́ tèmi ló ní gbèsè ti pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ jáwọ́ nínú owó yíyá wá nǹkan ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ìpànìyàn àti àìsí ètò ààbò tó péye lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ikọ̀ revolution now ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ààrẹ muhammadu buhari.
Masari ti ní àwọn ò ní lajú àwọn lẹ̀ kíta lòbọ̀ wá kó sí òtórí lójú olúkúkọ́ lè wò láti wúrùn ó ní àwọn ò ní gbà kí ohun tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìwọ̀ oòrùn àríwá dàbí ti ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ikọ̀ gbẹ̀mígbẹ̀mí boko haram.
ìdí rẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi yọ igbákejì ní olórí ilé aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Edo Òkìè ló sọ̀rọ̀ síta o.
wọ́n ti fi àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn oníjàgbara sílẹ̀ ò ní ìlú Àbújá.
lórí covid-19 ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣẹ́yá tí iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ gbé kalẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àrùn ọ̀hún yóò gbé ìlànà tuntun kalẹ̀ lónìí.
ṣé wọ́n ní okùn ò ní gùn títí kó wá mọ̀ níbi tí ó ti gùn wá o àwọn ọmọ ilé aṣojúṣòfin kejì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí wọ́n ti ní àwọn ti mọ ẹni táwọn ò fẹjọ́ sùn ilé aṣojúṣòfin kejì lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà ti ní ṣe ni àwọn kọ̀wé ṣọwọ́ sí ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari lórí àwọn àjọ ìjọba tí wọ́n pè kí wọ́n wá sọ ti ẹnu wọn àmọ́ tí wọ́n kọ̀ tí wọ́n fi wọ́n gún lágídí o wọ́n ní ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari òun náà ni àwọn ò fẹjọ́ wọn sùn.
ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ buwọ́ lu mílíọ̀nù 61 àti ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀rin náírà fún ikọ̀ aláàbò Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn láti fi gbéra sọ.
iléeṣẹ́ ológun ilẹ̀ yìí ti sọ pé àwọn ọmọ ológun kan tí wọ́n mú pé wọ́n lọ́wọ́ sí bí wọ́n ṣe dá ọkọ̀ agbówó kan lọ́nà ni wọ́n ti sọ pé àwọn ò mọ̀ wọ́n rí o pé wọ́n ò ṣe òṣìṣẹ́ wọn mọ́.
iléeṣẹ́ ọmọ ogun aláàbò dákẹ́jẹ́ bí ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ṣe ní ikọ̀ ISIS àti ikọ̀ agbésùnmọ̀mí Al-Qaeda ti ń gba àkóso ìwọ̀ oòrùn gúúsù.
ìgbìmọ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti ń gbógun ti àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí tó yẹ pé ìdojúkọ tí àwọn ní òun náà níbi àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí bí wọ́n ṣe fi ọwọ́ ẹ̀hẹ́ mú ọ̀rọ̀ àrùn covid-19 o.
nǹkan kan náà ni Ohanaeze àti IPOB ń jà fún ọ̀nà tí wọ́n ń gbà ló ṣọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ Nwodo ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
wọ́n ní àti ìmọ̀ odó tá a dọ̀rùn lásì lórí ọ̀rọ̀ owó epo pẹntiró wọ́n ní àwọn kan ń tajálẹ̀ epo ní náírà 43 tí àwọn kan sì ń tà ní 150 náírà wọ́n ní kí wàá la fẹ́ ṣe báyìí o.
àwọn ibùdó ìtajà gáàsì tí ò bófin mu ewu ńlá ló jẹ́ láwọn agbègbè tí ilégbèé pọ̀ sí.
ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí a ní àhín ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti fọwọ́ sí owó tó tó mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà 61 náírà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ikọ̀ elétò ààbò Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
obìnrin ọmọ ológun kan tí àwọn géńdé agbébọn fipá bá lò pọ̀ ló pe ẹjọ́ lórí ìyọníṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ ti ní irọ́ ni wọ́n ń ṣòótà ó pé kò sí ọmọ ikọ̀ Boko Haram kankan tó ronúpìwàdà tí wọ́n gbà sínú iṣẹ́ ológun lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà.
ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC dárò ikú alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà nípínlẹ̀ Akwa Ibom.
kò dín ní àwọn èèyàn 45 tí ẹgbẹ̀rún 4 èèyàn sì ṣèṣe yánkanyànkan nígbà tí wọ́n kéde ìlú òfararọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Lebanon.
àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àtàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò kọlura níbi ìfẹ̀hónúhàn nípínlẹ̀ Edo.
wọ́n ti yọ igbákejì olórí ilé aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Edo ẹni tí wọ́n fi ẹ̀sùn kàn pé ó fẹ́ dètè ìgbàjọba ilé aṣòfin ọ̀hún.
ọwọ́ tẹ àwọn méjì fún lílu ọkùnrin kan ní jìbìtì ẹgbẹ̀rún 150 náírà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn.
Masari ti ní àwọn jàǹdùkú ò ní rìndí jókòó ní apá ìwọ̀ oòrùn àríwá àti àárín gbogbo àríwá orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti iléeṣẹ́ pa nìbàdàn lórí ikú akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kan.
Akérédolú ti ṣe ìpàdé papọ̀ pẹ̀lú Òkè láti fi òpin sí gbódòǹróṣọ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní inú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú Olóṣùṣù Ọ̀wọ̀.
ilé-ẹjọ́ dá 30 oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún yìí láti fi gbọ́ ẹjọ́ ìbanilórúkọjẹ́ oní bílíọ̀nù 2 náírà tí wọ́n fi kan Sowore àti àwọn yòókù.
Fálànà ti sọ̀rọ̀ àgbà agbẹjọ́rò ní Fẹ́mi Fálànà ti ní àdá ò ní bẹ́ṣu dáràn bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ajá ò ní gbó títí kẹnu rẹ̀ wá fàyà o ó ní òun ò sọ tẹnu òun ò pé bí wọ́n ṣe mú àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn lólùlù lẹ́wà Àbújá òun náà ló kù díẹ̀ káàtó láì ṣe pé ìjọba ológun la wà.
iléeṣẹ́ epo NNPC ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ àlékún owó okòwò tó tó bílíọ̀nù 2 àti mílíọ̀nù lọ́nà 450 náírà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ìjọba ń fèsì sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn kan sọ pé bí wọ́n ṣe mú àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónú hàn lókùn díẹ̀ káàtó wọ́n ní ṣe ẹni tí ò bá gbọ́ tẹnu ẹyẹ ẹ̀gà ni yóò ní ẹyẹ òkun pa tó ni o àmọ́ tálówó òkun bá farabalẹ̀ dáadáa tó gbọ́ nǹkan tẹmẹ ẹyẹ sọ yóò mọ̀ pọ̀rọ̀ ni o wọ́n sọ pé àwọn òkúkú mú wọn torí pé wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónú hàn àmọ́ àwọn mú wọn torí pé wọ́n tàpá sí òfin àti ìlànà láti dènà kòrónà tí ìjọba gbé kalẹ̀ torí ẹ̀ náà làwọn ṣe mú wọn àwọn sì ti fi wọ́n lẹ̀.
Igbákejì ààrẹ Yẹmí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ní kí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà tó tóbi jù nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà ó ṣe kò kárí pípín abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára àrùn COVID-19 bó bá ti jáde.
Àwọn èèkàn gbòǹgbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní àsìkò tó láti ṣe ìpàdé lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà láti mọ ibi tí Nàìjíríà gan lọ ní pàtó wọ́n ní tí a bá sọ̀rọ̀ ètò ọrọ̀ ajé àrọ̀rọ̀ sọ́ńbẹ̀ tá a bá sọ tọ̀gbìn àmọ̀ rọ̀rọ̀ sọ́ńbẹ̀ ètò ààbò tí ò múnádóko àrọ̀rọ̀ sọ́ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ní kí wọ́n ló dé tí àjókòó ká ṣe àpérò ká sì fi orí korí ká fi kùn lukùn ká mọ odó tá a dọ̀rùn lásì lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà.
Àwọn ajínigbé tí wọ́n fura sí sá mọ́ ọlọ́pàá lọ́wọ́ níbùdó tí wọ́n ti ń yẹ ọkọ̀ wò ní Enugu.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn kan ti sọ̀rọ̀ ní apá àríwá orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n sọ yìí pé àfàìmọ̀ ní òkè ìjọba mọ́kéde ìlú òfararọ ní apá àríwá orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú bí àwọn jàǹdùkú àti àwọn ikọ̀ eṣe òkọ̀kọ̀ Boko Haram ṣe é ṣe wọ́n bí ọ̀sẹ̀ ṣe é ṣojú o.
Ikọ̀ civil defence mú àwọn tí wọ́n fura sí lórí ikú ọba aláyé kan ní Nasarawa.
Oko ti fìdí jálẹ̀ bí oṣù.
So kò dọ̀ránpẹ́ ilé ẹjọ́ gíga yunifásitì Fútà ní kí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kan lọ rọ́kúnlé náà nítorí ó hùwà ọ̀daràn lórí ìtàkùn àgbáyé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n fojú ọkùnrin kan ẹni 30 ọdún bá ilé ẹjọ́ fún ẹ̀sùn ìpànìyàn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Àjọ INEC máa wá kọminú lórí dùgbẹ̀dùgbẹ̀ tó ń fì lókè nípínlẹ̀ Ẹdó lọ́hùn-ún ní gbogbo kókó bá bùṣe.
Sunday gbẹ́sẹ̀
ojúlẹ̀ lásán.
Ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lọ ní o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ ẹni o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yìí tó lùkọ́ yìí ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọlé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́.
tó ẹ káàbọ̀ padà ẹja wa mọ̀ mú lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì ìròyìn àkọ́kọ́ lọ́dọ̀ mi rèé wọ́n ní wọ́n ti fi àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn oníjàgbara sílẹ̀ ní ìlú Àbújá tí ṣe olúùlú lẹ́wà o lánàá ni àwọn aláṣẹ olúùlú lẹ́wà Àbújá ní kí wọ́n fi àwọn olùfẹ̀hónúhàn 40 níye tí wọ́n mú sílẹ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n tàpá sí òfin àti ìlànà àti dènà àrùn COVID-19 tí ìjọba gbé kalẹ̀ àwọn olùfẹ̀hónúhàn yìí náà ni wọ́n mú ní agbègbè kan tí wọ́n pè ní Unity Fountain tó wà ní ìlú Àbújá tí wọ́n sì kó wọn lọ sí iwájú kóòtù alágbèéká fún ìgbẹ́jọ́ nígbà tí ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórúkọ ìgbìmọ̀ tó ń gbógun ti àrùn corona ní ìlú Àbújá Comrade Ìkarò Àtà sọ pé wọ́n lè ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn kí wọ́n sì tún wà láàyè tí wọ́n bá tẹ̀lé òfin àti ìlànà tí ìjọba gbé kalẹ̀ láti dènà àrùn COVID-19 àmọ́ ó ní gbogbo òfin àti ìlànà tó wà láti dènà àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 òun náà ni àwọn olùfẹ̀hónúhàn tá a pa sí láì bẹ̀ṣù bẹ̀gbà wọn ni kò sí à ń ta kété síra ẹni o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò sí à ń lo ìbòmú àbí ìbò ẹnu àbí à ń fi omi àtọ̀ṣẹ́ fọwọ́ ẹni kí wọ́n tẹ̀ tó sọ yí pé àwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ àmọ́ kò sí májísírèètì Ìdáyàt Àkànní tó yẹ kí ó gbọ́ ẹjọ́ wọn ní ìjókòó torí pé ó ní àwọn ẹjọ́ ní ilé ẹjọ́ míì Comrade Ìkarò Àtà ni àwọn ti fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ báyìí pẹ̀lú ìkìlọ̀ pé kí wọ́n mọ̀ lọ àmọ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ dẹ́ṣẹ̀ kí wọ́n mọ̀ dẹ́ṣẹ̀ mọ́ pé kí wọ́n mọ̀ rí i dájú pé wọ́n tẹ̀lé gbogbo òfin àti ìlànà tí ìjọba gbé kalẹ̀ láti dènà àrùn COVID-19 nígbà yòówù tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn. ó ní wọ́n ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí ìbákẹ́gbẹ́ pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí ìfẹ̀hónúhàn àti ẹ̀tọ́ láti sọ ti ẹnu wọn lọ́nà tó bá òfin mu ni o àmọ́ kí wọ́n rí i pé wọ́n tẹ̀lé gbogbo òfin àti ìlànà tó wà láti dènà àrùn COVID-19 lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà. ó wá ń fèsì sí ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí àwọn ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ọmọnìyàn kan sọ káàkiri ìgboro pé ṣe ni wọ́n mú àwọn èèyàn yé torí pé wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn. ó ní rárá o kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o ó ní ṣèbí ìjà àpákẹ́lẹ̀ làpákẹ́lẹ̀ ń gbè ó ní torí tiwọn náà kúkú ni àwọn ń ṣe o wọ́n ní pé kí wọ́n má gbàgbé pé àrùn COVID-19 ó ṣe ìjànà rìn nílẹ̀ ó ní àmọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ó ní kò sẹ́ni tó lo ìbòmúbẹnu nù wọn o bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni àwọn ò rí pé wọ́n ta kété síra wọn. ó ní báwo wá la ṣe lè sọ ẹni tó ní àrùn kòrónà láàrin wọn àtẹni tí ò ní. wọ́n ní ìdí rèé o tí àwọn fi kó gbogbo wọn torí pé wọ́n lòdì sí òfin ìjọba ni o kì í ṣe wípé wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn.
láfikún ìròyìn tí ó kà tán àwọn ọmọ ikọ̀ Revolution Now tí wọ́n ń béèrè fún ìṣèjọba rere lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí fẹ̀hónú hàn lólú ìlú ilẹ̀ wa Àbújá ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Oǹdó Ọ̀ṣun àti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn lọ́jọ́rú. àwọn aṣáájú ikọ̀ náà tí wọ́n ní àwọn ṣe ìwọ́de ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ọ̀hún láti sàmì ọdún kan ìdásílẹ̀ ikọ̀ náà tún ṣàlàyé pé kò dín ní 91 nínú àwọn tí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò mú gẹ́gẹ́ bí méjì lára àwọn tó léwájú ìfẹ̀hónúhàn náà ṣe sọ. gbèsè ń gorí gbèsè ní lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ètò jẹyọ nínú àwọn ohun tí ikọ̀ náà bójú wò nípa orílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà lásìkò àjọ̀dún wọn ọ̀hún. àwọn méjèèjì ní ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari gbọ́dọ̀ dáwọ́ owó yíyá dúró báyìí bí ó bá fẹ́ fi orílẹ̀‐èdè yìí sínú ewu lọ́jọ́ iwájú. ikọ̀ ọ̀hún tún gba ààrẹ Buhari nímọ̀ràn láti pinwọ́ ìpànìyàn tó ń wáyé lágbègbè ìwọ̀ oòrùn àríwá àti ìlà oòrùn àríwá orílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. àárọ̀ ti pé olùdásílẹ̀ ikọ̀ náà Ọmọyẹlé Sowore ni wọ́n mú ṣàhámọ́ lóṣù kẹjọ ọdún tó kọjá nítorí pé ó gbèrò àti ṣe ìwọ́de tó pè ní Revolution Now nígbà náà. ìjọba àpapọ̀ fẹ̀sùn kan Sowore pé ó pète àti dojú ìjọba Buhari bolẹ̀ ni tó sì lé ní 100 ọjọ́ tó fi wà látìmọ́lé. ọjọ́ 24 oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2019 náà ni wọ́n yọ̀ọ̀da rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òfin wípé kò gbọ́dọ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ ìpéjọpọ̀ ọlọ́pọ̀ èèyàn tàbí ìfẹ̀hónúhàn kankan. àmọ́ pẹ̀lú bí Sowore kò ṣe sílẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ikọ̀ Revolution Now fẹ̀hónúhàn nílùú Èkó Àbújá Abẹ́òkúta àti Òṣogbo lólú ìlú ilẹ̀ wa. àwọn tó ń fẹ̀hónúhàn náà ṣe ìwọ́de ní Unity Fountain Maitama l'Àbújá láàárọ̀ ọjọ́rú tí wọ́n sì gbé oríṣiríṣi àkọlé lọ́wọ́ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò kó ìbòǹbò tí wọ́n ti àwọn ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ìlú náà tí wọ́n sì mú wọn. àwọn tí wọ́n mú ọ̀hún ni wọ́n kó lọ sí gbàgede Eagle Square láti lọ jẹ́jọ́ níwájú ilé ẹjọ́ alágbèéká àmọ́ wọ́n fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí adájọ́ májísírèètì Dáyàtà Kànní kọ̀ láti yọjú. àmọ́ Dèjì Adéyanjú tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn aṣáájú ikọ̀ náà ní owó tí ilẹ̀ wa ń yá lọ́wọ́ ilẹ̀ China èyí tó ń ga sí ti ń kọni lóminú àti àfihàn láti ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà pé à ń ta ọjọ́ iwájú ilẹ̀ wa fún ilẹ̀ China ni wọ́n ní ó ṣe ní láàánú púpọ̀ ó sì burú jáì. Adéyanjú ní ó ṣeéṣe kó ṣòro fún orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà láti san owó ìyá náà padà èyí tó ní ó ṣeéṣe kó jẹ́ pé àwọn olóṣèlú ni wọ́n pín owó ọ̀hún mọ́ ọwọ́ tán tó sì fi àpẹẹrẹ òbítíbitì owó tó pòórá lọ́dọ̀ àjọ tó ń rí sí ìdàgbàsókè àgbègbè Niger Delta gbé ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀. ó ní bí a bá ṣe ń yá owó tó ń pọ̀ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni agbára owó náírà wa ń dínkù bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ni yóò máa ṣòro láti san gbèsè náà padà nítorí èlé gọbọi tí yóò ti wà lórí rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣàkóso gbèsè ńlẹ̀ yìí ṣe sọ. àwọn ọmọ ogun àwọn ọlọ́pàá ọmọ ogun òfurufú àjọ ẹ̀ṣọ́ ojú pópó àti civil defence ni wọ́n kó àwọn tí wọ́n mú náà lọ síwájú ilé ẹjọ́ alágbèéká àmọ́ tí adájọ́ Ìdáyàtà Kànní tí ó yẹ kó gbọ́ ẹjọ́ wọn látún gbọ́ pé ó ní ọ̀pọ̀ ẹjọ́ láti gbọ́ nílé ẹjọ́ míì tí ó sì lè jókòó gbọ́ ẹjọ́ àwọn olùwọ́de ọ̀hún èyí tó mú kí àwọn agbófinró pàápàá dá wọn sílẹ̀. òṣìṣẹ́ ikọ̀ amúṣẹ́yá kan lórí àrùn COVID-19 Ìkárò Àtá rọ àwọn olùwọ́de ọ̀hún láti tẹ̀lé ìlànà ètò ìlera fún àǹfààní aráàlú ni. nílùú Èkó akọ̀ròyìn kan àti ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ìlú Àgbàjàlíngò àti àwọn 18 míì ni àwọn ọlọ́pàá tún mú níkẹjà fún irúfẹ́ ìfẹ̀hónúhàn yìí kan náà.
ilé aṣojúṣòfin kejì lórílẹ̀‐èdè ti níṣe ni àwọn kọ̀wé ṣọwọ́ sí ààrẹ Buhari lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àjọ ìjọba tí wọ́n pè pé kí wọ́n wá sọ ti ẹnu àmọ́ tí wọ́n kọ̀ tí wọ́n fi wọ́n gún lágídé tí wọ́n ò yọjú o ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀kótó ilé aṣojúṣòfin kejì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí èyí ni House of Rep tó ń rí sí ìṣirò àwọn ìwé owó ilé iṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ wọ́n ti kóró ojú sí kíkọ̀ tí àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ kọ̀ láti yọjú sí wọn láti wá sọ tẹnu wọn lórí bí iṣu ṣe kú bí ọ̀bẹ sì ṣe bẹ́ wọ́n ní àwọn sọ ti ẹnu àwọn o pé kódà àwọn ti mọ nǹkan táwọn ó ṣe fún wọn torí pé okùn ò ní gùn títí kọ́mọ̀ níbi tó ti gùn wá pé ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari òun náà ni àwọn ò fi ẹjọ́ wọn sùn wọ́n ní àìfínípé ní àìfèyànpèyàn tí márùn oko sọ́bà ń tẹ́wọ̀ lónìí o wọ́n ní lára àwọn adarí iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n kọ̀ láti wá sọ ti ẹnu wọn níwájú ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀kótó ilé láti rí gómìnà báńkì àgbà ilẹ̀ yìí èyí ni Godwin Emefiele iléeṣẹ́ elépo rọ̀bì ilẹ̀ yìí adarí ibùdókọ̀ ọkọ̀ ojú omi Adisa Bala Usman àti adarí àgbáríjọpọ̀ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àjọ tó rí sí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pàjáwìrì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí NEMA kọ̀ láti wá sọ bí wọ́n ṣe ta àwọn dúkìá ìjọba tó wà ní ìkáwọ́ wọn wọ́n ní gbogbo wọn òun náà ni wọ́n kọ̀ tí wọ́n fi wọ́n gún lágídí tí wọn ò sì yọjú sí iwájú ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀kótó ilé ọ̀hún tí alága ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀kótó ilé yìí Wọlé Òkè sì sọ fún akọ̀wé ìgbìmọ̀ yìí pé kí ó kọ̀wé ṣọwọ́ sí ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari nípasẹ̀ ọ́fíìsì akọ̀wé fún ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti olórí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lọ́fíìsì ààrẹ pé kí ó sọ fún ààrẹ bí àwọn olórí iléeṣẹ́ àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba ṣe kọ̀ láti yọjú sí iwájú ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀kótó ilé aṣojúṣòfin kejì House of Rep tó ń rí sí ìṣirò ìwé owó àwọn iléeṣẹ́ àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ torí tí sòbí ò bá dé gbòní wọn ní onígànbè òun náà ni àáké sí o.
olórí ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Edo Frank Okiye ti ṣàlàyé pé igbákejì òun Yekini Idiaye ni wọ́n yọ nípò lọ́jọ́rú torí wọ́n ní ó gbèrò pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress APC àti gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Imo Hope Uzodinma láti fi tipá gba àkóso ilé asòfin náà lọ́nà tó lòdì sófin. ìwé ìròyìn ló ti kọ́kọ́ kọ ìròyìn ọ̀hún síta pé ilé asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Edo yọ Idiaye nípò lásìkò ìjókòó ilé lọ́jọ́rú tí wọ́n sì súré fi ọmọ ilé asòfin náà tó ń ṣojú ẹkùn Ohinwon kejì Roland Asoro rọ́pò rẹ̀. Idiaye àti àwọn ọmọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún kan ni wọ́n ti jẹ́jẹ́ àtìlẹ́yìn wọn fún olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà fẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Ọ̀sàgé Ize-Iyamu lọ́jọ́ ajé. nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tí olórí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin náà sọ lójú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé ní kété lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n yọ Idiaye tán ó ké sí ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari láti fi ewé ọmọ mú àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú rẹ̀ létí o. nínú ọ̀rọ̀ àpilẹ̀kọ rẹ̀ náà tó pe àkórí rẹ̀ ní pàtàkì kíkí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Imo àtàwọn aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC nípínlẹ̀ Edo nílọ̀ lórí èròǹgbà wọn láti fi tipátìkúùkù gba àkóso ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Edo. ó sọ síwájú nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ náà wípé àwọn ti gbọ́ nípa èròǹgbà gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Imo Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Hope Uzodinma àti àwọn tọ́rọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC kàn gbọ̀ngbọ̀n nípínlẹ̀ Edo láti gbé ayédèrú ọ̀pá àṣẹ ilé asòfin wọlé láti fi gba àkóso ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Edo tí wọ́n sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú igbákejì olórí ilé tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹni tó fi àtìlẹ́yìn rẹ̀ hàn sí olùdíje fún ipò gómìnà lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC láti kórajọpọ̀ sí agbègbè kan níbi tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ gbéra láti lọ́ọ́ fi tipá gba àkóso ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìròyìn ti fi tó wọn létí. wọ́n wá ké sí ààrẹ Buhari àti iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ láti tètè kí gómìnà yìí àti àwọn ìyókù tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí pẹ̀lú rẹ̀ nílò pé kí wọ́n lọ jáwọ́ kí wọ́n sì fààyè gba òfin láti fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀. ó wá ké sí àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Edo tó dìbò yàn wọ́n sípò tí ilé aṣòfin náà sì ń dáàbò bo ìfẹ́ wọn wípé kí wọ́n tako ète àti tẹ ìfẹ́ ọkàn wọn mọ́lẹ̀ yìí o. bákan náà ni wọ́n rọ àwọn olólùfẹ́ ìjọba àwarawa lágbàáyé àtàwọn ikọ̀ tó ń jà fún ìfẹsẹ̀múlẹ̀ ìjọba àwarawa láti kẹ̀yìn sí èròǹgbà burúkú yìí.
jáde sí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Okushina Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn Michael Okushina nípa ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn tí wọ́n mú ní ìlú Àbújá ẹni tó jẹ́ ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ọmọnìyàn tí wọ́n tún jẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò àgbà lóde wa Nàìjíríà Fẹ́mi Fálànà wọ́n ní pé àdá ò ní bẹ́ṣù kó dáràn bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ajá ò ní gbó títí kẹnu rẹ̀ yá pé tá a bá sọ tá a ní kú bẹ́ẹ̀ pé nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe bí wọ́n ṣe mú àwọn èèyàn yìí náà ni ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó àwọn náà sì nídìí wọ́n ní òníkọ́ ni àwọn èèyàn tí ń ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn tí wọ́n mú wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn agbẹnusọ fún ìjọba sọ yìí pé àwọn ò mú wọn torí pé wọ́n ṣèfẹ̀hónúhàn pé àwọn mú wọn torí pé wọ́n tàpá sí òfin àti ìlànà táwọn gbé kalẹ̀ láti dènà àrùn COVID-19 ṣé àwọn náà ní ọ̀rọ̀ láti sọ ṣé wọn ò láwíjàre yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ń sọ.
ẹ ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ti ibi tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ làwọn náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ òní kọ́ ni wọ́n máa ń sọ pé ní ìjọba àwa ara wa nǹkan tó fi máa ń dùn tí a fi ń pè democracy ni pé ohun alátakò gbọ́dọ̀ wà opposition ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà ohun tí yóò fi dùn nìyẹn tẹ́ bá ń tẹ̀lé ìjọba àwa ara wa táwọn ń ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà ẹ rí i pé wọ́n máa ń tẹ̀léra wọn gidi ni tí Trump bá ṣe nǹkan kan àwọn Democrat Republican máa sọ̀rọ̀ síra wọn ẹ mọ̀ lókìkí ní ẹgbẹ́ látakò wọ́n dàbí watchdog tàbí àwọn tí wọ́n máa ń dàbí ẹni pé àṣìṣe yín là ń wá o àṣìṣe yín là ń wá o so ẹgbẹ́ tó máa ń ṣèjọba lọ́wọ́ náà àwọn náà máa wọ pé jẹ́ ká ṣe dáadáa torí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ alátakò so ó máa jẹ́ kí ìjọba wa ara wa dùn ni now ṣe rí tí ẹgbẹ́ tó bá jọba tó bá ti ń wá ọ̀nà láti pa ohun alátakò tí wọ́n bá ti ń wá ọ̀nà láti wọn fẹ́ kí alátakò dún mọ́ ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ ni pé a ti yà kúrò ní ìjọba wa ara wa a ti kúrò ní democracy a ti ń súnmọ́ náà pé ní dictatorship tàbí autocracy kò sí ìjọba iṣẹ́ alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ àwọn tó ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn lánàá tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ ni wọn ò tẹ̀lé ìlànà corona ìlànà tá a fi sílẹ̀ fún ìdènà ìtàkálẹ̀ coronavirus nǹkan táwọn náà ṣe ò dákú díẹ̀ káàtó ká sọ̀rọ̀ tọrọ àmọ́ tẹ́ bá wo ìṣọwọ́ tó fi ṣe wọ́n lánàá náà mo rí àwọn àwòrán tán yàmbẹ́ àti fọ́nrán tán fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa lórí fóònù ẹ rí i pé nígbà tí a bá ń ṣe àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà bíi ẹrú ní orílẹ̀-èdè wọn ní kán yìn wọn wá so wọn wá dé wọn mẹ́yìn gbogbo wọn pátápátá sórí koríko káàkiri máa yẹn ó wà níwájú ìwé ìròyìn Tribune láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n ṣe báyìí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n ṣe báyìí ní ìlú bàbá wọn tó bá yẹ pé lóòótọ́ ni wọ́n ṣe sófin coronavirus ń tẹ̀lé ṣe ni pé ẹ kó wọn láti bẹ̀ ẹ kó lọ sí isolation center tàbí kẹ́nìkan máa lọ ilé wọn kò nílò pé ẹ ṣe wọn bí ẹrú báyìí kò nílò rárá pé ìṣẹ́ wọn bí ẹrú báyìí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nìyẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kejì gbogbo àwọn tó pọ̀ tán lọ sí òkú Abakíárì ìjọsí ṣàfọlọ́pàá kọ́ àwọn náà ni gbogbo àwọn tó pọ̀ ẹ wo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìkànnì táwọn yọ ṣe káàkiri nísìn tó yẹ pé àwọn tó ń wà papọ̀ ó ti ju 50 lọ ṣàfọlọ́pàá kọ́ àwọn náà ni ẹ jẹ́ bá a sọ tọrọ o ṣẹ́dẹ̀ rí pé ó dàbí ẹni pé mo ti sọ́nà rí níbi ọdún tó kọjá ó dàbí ẹni pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ta nígbà ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wọn ò fẹ́ràn ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ó yàrá bí ẹni tó jẹ́ pé àfidà pani ni tí ó fẹ́ kàn mú ìdàkọjá lórí òun nígbà tí ẹgbẹ́ tó wà ń tàbá yìí táwọn wà ní ẹgbẹ́ látakò nígbà yẹn nígbà tí Goodluck Jonathan táwọn jẹ́ ààrẹ ẹ fẹ́ rí i pé kò fẹ́ sígbà kan tí wọ́n ní ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn àti ìwọ́de kódà ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari olóyè John Oyegun tí wọ́n jẹ́ alága ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú yẹn nígbà yẹn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn nígbà wọn ṣe ìwọ́de Save Nigeria Group kíní kan àmọ́ nísìn ìfẹ̀hónúhàn tẹ́yìn ṣe ìwọ́de tẹ́yìn ṣe làwọn kan ṣe fún yín sìn tẹ́yìn ò fẹ́ràn ṣe rántí ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ṣáìtì tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn bíi 21 mọ́kànlélógún ni ó bá yẹn lọ ẹ wo ìfẹ̀hónúhàn náà ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè táwọn ìdíjáde yanjú ṣe ń jọ sí wọ́n fẹ́ lù wọ́n pa táwọn àwọn múdọ̀ndù àwọn Charlie boy tí wọ́n ṣe lábùjá ń jọ sí wọ́n fẹ́ nu àwọn Charlie boy pa tá a bá ń ṣe báyìí à ń tàbùkù bá ìjọba àwa ara wa ni kò sí nǹkan tó burú nínú pé àwọn èèyàn fẹ́ fi ẹ̀hónú hàn níjọba àwa ara wa kò sí nǹkan tó burú rárá bẹ́ẹ̀ kódà ó wà nínú òfin orílẹ̀-èdè bẹ́ẹ̀ lè fi ẹ̀hónú híhàn ǹjẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé tàbá fẹ́ ònú wọn gan ẹlẹ́ni kọ́ ọlọ́pàá lè sìn yín lọ láti rí pé àwọn èèyàn kọjá yé wọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà táwọn náà wà léèwé tá à ń ṣe àlùtà àlùtà làwọn náà tábà ṣàlùtà aláfẹ́ lọ ṣe kíní kan tábà lọ fẹ́ ònú wọn tàbí ìwọ́de àwọn ọlọ́pàá wọ́n tẹ̀lé wa kódà yìí náà báyìí ni kẹ́ ẹ ṣe o ẹ má ṣe báyìí ẹ má ṣe báyìí torí pé ó tọ́ sí òfin kò sí òfin tó ní ká má fi ònú wọn tí nǹkan ò bá yé wa torí pé ìdúnkòkò ìjọba làwọn èèyàn fún máa bẹ̀rù pé ẹ má jà sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n lè yìnbọn wọ́n lè yí tí a gà sí o
àti pé nígbà míì
ọ̀rọ̀ kórìíra tó ti wá wà báyìí.
ìṣẹ̀dẹ̀ nígbà míì àwọn olùfẹ̀hónúhàn gbà míì àwọn èèyàn máa ń hijack wọ́n máa ń jàgbà mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀daràn àwọn oníṣẹ́ láabi àwọn ọmọsọ́ta wọ́n á jàgbà wọn lọ́wọ́ wọ́n fi máa jalè wọ́n fi máa dá wàhálà lẹ̀ káàkiri. ká ní pé kò sí ẹwo nínú oṣù karùn-ún àti oṣù kẹfà àti oṣù keje ní ìwọ́de kan tó lágbára ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú Amẹ́ríkà Black Lives Matter wọ́n pa ọ̀gbẹ́ni kan George Floyd nílùú Amẹ́ríkà ẹ rí i pé ìwọ́de yẹn lọ káàkiri bó ṣe di pé ìwọ́de yẹn le tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣe àwọn èèyàn léṣe àwọn èèyàn bínú kinní kan ń jẹ́ mọ̀ pé èèyàn méjì ló bá kinní wọ̀nyẹn lọ ká ní pé orílẹ̀-èdè tí wọ́n ń báyìí ni ká ní pé orílẹ̀-èdè wa mi báyìí ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ni ń táwọn ikọ́ la máa wí. So nígbà tó wá dé pa à ń fi ẹ̀hónú wọn tó ń dùn wá lọ́kàn wa a fẹ́ sọ fún ìjọba pé ẹ ṣàánú wa kíní ẹ tún wọ́n yìnbọn máa wọ̀n yàn ẹ fi tear gas ẹ fi sójà halẹ̀ mọ́ wọn sójà ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn bí ẹrú nílùú bàbá wọn. ẹ wá sọ pé irú àwọn òdò dùn láti jẹ́ Nigerian.
ó dà ẹ jẹ́ káàtì ẹ̀ tún wá wo nǹkan tí àwọn ikọ̀ yìí tí wọ́n ń fẹ̀hónú hàn lé lórí gan-an pé gbèsè ti pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí bá ṣe ń jáwó lọ́wọ́ China ó ti ń pọ̀ jù kò sí ètò ààbò tó múnádóko ìpànìyàn ní gbogbo àwọn agbègbè tí ó ti ń wáyé kó tẹ̀ ń ṣe ní apá àríwá nìkan ọ̀rọ̀ ìpànìyàn ọ̀hún báyìí ó tẹ̀ ti wá di nǹkan tó fún ọ lé fọ́n tá a bá wò dáadáa ṣé a wà sọ pé àwọn èèyàn yóò kúkú lẹ́tọ̀ àbúrò wa náà ní kákan dákẹ́ ká máa wòye gbogbo nǹkan tí ó ń lọ ìbò ṣe ń lọ.
tí àwọn ìjọba tí ò bá ti fààyè gba ìfẹ̀hónúhàn alálàáfíà wọ́n tí wọ́n ṣe ni pé wọ́n kọ lẹ́tà sí ìdojúkọ alágídí violence protest ni wọ́n torí tó bá dé wọ́n ní tẹ́ bá na ewúrẹ́ tó ń sún tó bá kùn gírí yóò jó padà sí yìí nígbà tẹ́ máa ṣe báyìí ijó kan láwọn ògbé tí wọ́n fẹ́ pa gbọ́ ẹkú pa wá ṣé rí ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ tó ń ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn fún èwo níbẹ̀ ló jẹ́ irọ́ èwo níbẹ̀ ló jẹ́ irọ́ àwọn èèyàn kú lójúmọ́ àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ rédíò lójoojúmọ́ àwọn náà fẹ̀hónúhàn ní o ní rédíò pé àwọn èèyàn ti ń kú jù ẹ wá nǹkan ṣe sí àwọn èèyàn ń pè wọlé pé àwọn èèyàn ti ń kú jù ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò wa ó mẹ́hẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn sọ ìfẹ̀hónúhàn ni àwọn kan sọ lórí rédíò àwọn kan sọ tí wọ́n lọ gbé placard wọ́n gbé cardboard wọ́n fi sọ sí tiwọn kò sí tó burú rárá nínú nǹkan tó ń ṣe tabadẹ́rì gbogbo tó ń là kalẹ̀ pátápátá ààrẹ ìfipábánilòpọ̀ alágídí ó wà ń bẹ̀ lance corporal martins tí àwọn sójà ó wà ń bẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ pé gbèsè ti pọ̀ jù ṣàdẹ̀rí mo máa sọ pé fáwọn èèyàn mo ṣe sọ fẹ́ nìkan lánàá pé Buhari kọ́ ló ní Nàìjíríà APC kọ́ ló ní Nàìjíríà PDP kọ́ ló ní Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe Fúlàní ló ní Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe Ìgbò ló ní Nàìjíríà gbogbo wa la ní Nàìjíríà gbogbo wa àti Yorùbá wa àti Haúsá àti jẹsí gbogbo wa la ní Nàìjíríà tí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ò bá yé wa tí ò tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn a ní àṣẹ àti àǹfààní láti sọ̀rọ̀ láti béèrè gbọ́ndẹ́ iṣẹ́ yìí kò yé wa àfẹ́ torí ẹ̀ ni a fi ní aṣòfin tìpínlẹ̀ àti ìjọba àpapọ̀ táwọn yẹn bá ti jẹ́ dodo tẹ́nu ò lè sọ dodo mọ́ àwọn tó ń ṣojú ẹ̀ ká lè bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ pé ń ta ara wọn gbọ́dọ̀ ń ṣe o ẹja bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹja sọ̀rọ̀ fún ara wa so gbogbo ohun tí àwọn tó lọ ṣèwọ́de lánàá tó lọ ṣe kò sí kankan tó burú mbẹ̀ gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n sọ pé kó ṣẹlẹ̀ wọn kò ní kí Buhari kó fipò sílẹ̀ rárá wọ́n nípa àwọn ọ̀gágun tó ń rí sí ètò ààbò wa service chiefs pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe wọ́n ń kú iṣẹ́ o àmúṣe tó ń ṣe kò tí ì da tó àti rí torí mi wo àwọn placard yẹn lánàá pé dà èwo náà àwọn kìíní tọkọ ẹ̀ ní òbófin mu ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ rí àwọn tó ṣe kìíní wọ́n ti kó ẹ̀kọ́ ọdún tó kọjá tí wọ́n lọ ṣe protest tó fi mú ọ̀gá wọn nígbà yẹn ọmọ yẹn léṣòwò rẹ ẹ̀rí pọ̀ náà ti kó ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ́ bá wo àwọn àkọlé tó ń gbé dání lọ́dún yìí ẹ rí i pé àwọn nǹkan ti jẹ́ pé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ to the fact òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ náà sọ pé nǹkan báyẹn filẹ̀ gbèsè tẹ̀ jẹ́ ti pọ̀ jù nígbà tí a bá sọ pé àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè àti democracy àlè ṣe mọ̀ pé nígbà ológun gan ẹ̀rọ ológun nígbà tó sọ àwọn èèyàn 93 àwọn èèyàn jáde
ẹ̀ṣọ́ wa jẹ́ wípé bàbá tí wàá gba ọ̀nà ìfẹ̀hónúhàn kankan kíjọba orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ṣé àwọn kan ní èdè tí ìjọba gbọ́ ní ká ṣàfẹ̀hónúhàn èdè tí ìjọba gbọ́ ní ká ṣàránṣẹ́ lódì.
ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé nígbà kan nígbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjà agbára Niger Delta àwọn kan sáré irú àwọn fẹ̀mí wọn kalẹ̀ ni àwọn kú ni àmọ́ nígbà táwọn Niger Delta tán dé Niger Delta boys àwọn kan jíyàn gbé ni wọ́n jíyàn gbé wọ́n fọ̀pa epo wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn kíákíá ìjọba pé wọ́n gbé kẹlẹ́fẹ́ amnesty ní ìsìn wọ́n ti ní NDDC wọ́n ti gbé NDDC báyìí nígbà tí wọ́n fọ̀pa epo káàkiri tọ́fọ̀ nígbà yẹn ẹ wo ẹ lọ gbogbo ìdàgbàsókè tó bá orílẹ̀-èdè wa láti pàtàkì pàtàkì tó bá wa wá láti 1999 sísìn ẹ rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìfẹ̀hónú àwọn èèyàn ló fà á pé kíní yìí tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ṣe.
kò sí àjòkò ní tùbí nù bí káfọ igbó òtòlù tó.
ṣé mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn
níbo ni yọgán ti wá wọ́ wá.
ṣẹ́rí adarí tí o bá ti ní ìran ẹ wò níbi ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta sẹ́yìn àwọn mi kọ̀ọ̀kan àwọn fẹ́ daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ àwọn nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pàbó olóko wọn sìn àjọ kan daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n wá ní àwọn ti bá gómìnà ṣèpàdé àwọn ò ní daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ mọ́ gómìnà ò dúró kán bẹ̀rẹ̀ yanṣẹ́ lójú wọn kó tó ní ẹlẹ́bàá wọn ṣèpàdé ẹ wò ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ní ọ̀sẹ̀ nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí ní ọjọ́ Monday wọ́n ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ yanṣẹ́ lódì wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ lódì fún wákàtí 4 ní gómìnà tó jókòó gbọ́dọ̀ yá báyìí sọ̀rọ̀ wákàtí 4 tẹ́lẹ̀ rí kó tó di pé wọ́n sọ fún àfẹ́yàn iṣẹ́ lódì wọ́n ti ń sọ láti ọ̀sẹ̀ kọjá pé a lọ strike o a lọ strike ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wọ́n lọ strike yẹn sọ kankan ìgbà lọ strike lẹ́wọ́n ní ẹ̀pẹ̀ wọn ká sọ̀rọ̀ ká dialogue nǹkan tí a máa padà jókòó sọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ jókòó sọ ká yanjú ẹ̀ kò nílò pa àwọn èèyàn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọ́n
à ń dàrú
ṣe mọ̀ pé ká ní pé àwọn Muhammadu Buhari àtàwọn ààrẹ wa ká ní pé wọ́n máa ń gbọ́dọ̀ sáwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà lẹ́nu ni kò nílò pa àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ ń gbé plakadi àṣẹ fífẹ̀ òun wọn gbogbo táwọn ọmọ yìí ń sọ táwọn àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó ń sọ tó wà bí báyìí èwo ń bẹ ní òṣòtò ọ̀rọ̀ èwo ń bẹ làwọn náà mọ̀ èwo ń bẹ làwọn náà kà nù pépà ìwọ wàhálà adarí ni.
Ọlọ́run bọ̀ wá sílẹ̀ ṣe.
a padà bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Egushina. Masari ti ní àwọn ò ní lajú àwọn sílẹ̀ kí tàlọ́bọ̀ wa kó sí o torí lójú olókòkò léwu ó ti mọ òun ó ní àwọn ti ṣètò láti rí i pé kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ agbègbè àwọn wà dàbí ti ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Boko Haram jàǹdùkú ìjínigbé powó àti àwọn ìwà ọ̀daràn míì tó ti di kárí ilé kárí oko ní apá ìwọ̀ oòrùn àríwá àti àárín gbogbo àríwá orílẹ̀-èdè yìí àmọ́ tó ní kì í ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn lè mọ sọ síta torí pé etí ọba nílé etí ọba lóko èèyàn ní jẹ́bẹ̀ pé ó ṣeéṣe òkè àwọn oníwà àbàjẹ́ yìí mọ̀ gbóhùn tí àwọn ń sọ kí àwọn mọ̀ bá wa sì sọ àṣírí sí wọn lọ́wọ́ ó ní ò ní jẹ́ kí òun lè sọ gbogbo ètò tó ti wà nílẹ̀ fún àwọn oníròyìn ó ní bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn agbègbè kan ní àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ 9 ní ọwọ́jà àwọn ẹni ibi yìí ti dé nípa ìwà jàǹdùkú àti àwọn ìwà ọ̀daràn míì àmọ́ ó ní kò ní dá kó jẹ́ pé àwọn yòókù náà ni wọ́n sì wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn ó ní káwọn èèyàn lọ fọkàn balẹ̀ pé gbogbo èrè oko tí wọ́n ti dá dúró òun náà ni wọ́n jáde síta fún lílò àwọn aráàlú ó ní kò ní dá èrè oko dúró láti mọ̀ wọ orí gbá lásìkò tá a wà yé ó ní láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà àwọn fi òpin sí ìwà jàǹdùkú ní apá ìwọ̀ oòrùn àríwá àti àárín gbogbo àríwá orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà pé kò ní dàbí ti ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Boko Haram.
Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti buwọ́ lu bílíọ̀nù 69 ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọ̀rìnlélẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀rin ó lé mẹ́ta òjìlénírínwó ó dín mẹ́ta náírà àti 50 kọ́bọ̀ fún ikọ̀ aláàbò àmọ̀tẹ́kùn láti fi gbéra sọ ìjẹ́jáde nílùú Ìbàdàn lọ́jọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun lẹ́yìn ìpàdé ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kọkàndínlógún irú rẹ̀ kọmíṣánná fètò ìròyìn àṣà àti ìrìnàjò afẹ́ ọ̀mọ̀wé Wàsíù Ọlátúbọ̀sún tó sọ àbájáde ìpàdé náà di mímọ̀ tún fi kún pé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí tún ti fọwọ́ sí ríra aṣọ iṣẹ́ tó tó 3,000 àti bàtà àti bẹ́líìtì ìbọ̀sẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ ìpèsè àmì ìdámọ̀ ikọ̀ àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó tó 3,000. Ọlátúbọ̀sún tó fi kún pé ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba tún fọwọ́ sí owó láti ṣe ìforúkọsílẹ̀ lákọ̀tún fúnlẹ̀ ìwòsàn agbẹ̀bí Adéọ̀yọ́ nílùú Ìbàdàn láti sọ ọ́ di ilé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ìṣègùn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kọmíṣánná ní ilé ìwòsàn ọ̀hún yóò tún jẹ́ ibùdó ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹnu iṣẹ́ fún àwọn dókítà àti ibùdó ìtọ́jú àwọn aláboyún àti ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti jẹmọ́ ọmọ bíbí ètí yóò tún mú ilé ìwòsàn náà gbajúgbajà sí i ó ní ìgbésẹ̀ yìí yóò bí ríra àwọn ohun èlò iṣẹ́ ìṣègùn fún ilé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ìṣègùn náà pẹ̀lú owó tó tó mílíọ̀nù 75 àti ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rin náírà láti mú àfojúsùn iṣẹ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ìṣègùn òyìnbó tí wọ́n ti ń gba oyè kún oyè ńlẹ̀ yìí ti ṣàbẹ̀wò sílé ìwòsàn agbẹ̀bí Adéọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n sì ti fi èròǹgbà wọn hàn láti forúkọ ilé ìwòsàn náà sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ìṣègùn òyìnbó.
iléeṣẹ́ ológun ilẹ̀ yìí ti sọ pé àwọn ọmọ ológun kan tí wọ́n mú pé wọ́n lọ́wọ́ sí bí wọ́n ṣe dá ọkọ̀ agbówó kan lọ́nà òun náà ni àwọn ọ̀dámọ̀ tí wọn ò sì kí ṣe òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ ológun ilẹ̀ yìí Colonel Aliyu Yusuf igbákejì adarí ètò ìbára ló sọ̀rọ̀ nílé iṣẹ́ ológun ilẹ̀ yìí ti ṣe ọ̀wọ́ 22 ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ní ìlú Enugu nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tó fi síta fún àwọn oníròyìn pé àwọn ọmọ ológun tí wọ́n mú pé wọ́n lọ dá ọkọ̀ agbówó lọ́nà ní ìlú Abakaliki ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ẹ̀bọ̀yì ni wọn kì í ṣe ọmọ ológun mọ́ o. Yusuf ní àwọn méje tí wọ́n mú yìí ni wọn kì í ṣe ọmọ ológun ó ní àwọn ti wá ìdí wọn tí wọn ò sì lè sọ pé bárẹ́kè àbí àgbọ̀n tí wọ́n wà nìyí ó ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìdigunjalè ọ̀hún náà ní ó wáyé lọ́jọ́ 29 oṣù keje níbi tí àwọn méje tí wọ́n lé kúrò nínú iṣẹ́ ológun láti ọdún 2015 àti ọdún 2018 ti di pàǹpápọ̀ láti gba ọkọ̀ agbówó kan ní ìlú Abakaliki ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ẹ̀bọ̀yì àmọ́ tí wọn ò rí ṣe lọ́jọ́ tá a wí tí ọwọ́ pálábá wọ́n sì ségi àwọn méjì ọ̀hún ni Corporal Ayeni Samuel àti Corporal Emeka Arise wọ́n ní wọ́n mú Ayeni lọ́dún 2018 pé ó fọ́ ọ̀pá epo lágbègbè Ìkòròdú ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tí wọ́n sì lé kúrò nínú iṣẹ́ ológun lọ́dún tàwé wọ́n ní látìgbà náà òun náà ni wọ́n ti yọ orúkọ rẹ̀ kúrò ní iléeṣẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ológun torí náà àwọn ọmọ àwọn méjèèjì yìí rí o wọ́n ní ẹnì kejì ẹ̀wẹ̀ èyí ni Àrísè wọ́n ní òun náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan náà ni wọ́n ṣe lé kúrò ní iléeṣẹ́ ológun wọ́n ní torí náà àwọn ọmọ orúkọ aṣọ àwọn méjèèjì nílé aláró pé wọn ò kì í ṣe ọmọ ológun orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà mọ́.
ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ gáàsì tó ń bú nípínlẹ̀ Èkó àti Ògùn lẹ́nu lọ́lọ́ yìí tún ti jẹ́ ká rántí ké sí àwọn tọ́rọ̀ kàn láti mú ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ láti fẹsẹ̀ òfin múlẹ̀ bí àwọn ibùdó ìtajà gáàsì tí ò bófin mu ṣe ń lalẹ̀ hù káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè yìí àwọn ibùdó ìtajà gáàsì yìí tí wọ́n ń kọ́ sí àwọn agbègbè tí ilégbèé pọ̀ sílẹ̀ yìí ló ti ń fi ẹ̀mí ṣòfò tó sì ń fi ẹ̀mí ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí sínú ewu tí ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀mí ti ṣòfò tí ọ̀pọ̀ dúkìá sì ti bàjẹ́ lọ́jọ́ ajé ni gáàsì dédé búgbàmù ní ibùdókọ̀ àláfíà lágbègbè orílẹ̀ ìgànmú nílùú Èkó ètò ṣekú pa ẹnìkan tí àwọn mẹ́rin sì tún farapa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí wọ́n wí gáàsì ọ̀hún ń jò láti ara kòròdodo rẹ̀ òun ló gbiná lásìkò tí wọ́n ń lò láti fi jó irin lára ọkọ̀ akẹ́rù kan ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí ló wáyé láìpẹ́ yìí tí ọ̀pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ti wáyé ṣáájú ẹnìkan ni wọ́n tún ní iná jó gúrúgúrú lọ́jọ́ ìsinmi nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ gáàsì tó bú náà ní nílùú Ìjẹ̀bú Òde nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá ẹ̀wẹ̀ èèyàn 4 ló gbẹ̀mí mì nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá gáàsì míì tó wáyé ní Àjàó Estate nípínlẹ̀ Èkó àwọn ilé ìtajà bíi 9 ló tún jóná lọ́jọ́ ìsinmi ọjọ́ 15 oṣù kẹta ọdún yìí kò dín ní èèyàn 17 tí wọ́n ṣalábàápàdé ikú òjijì tí 15 sì tún farapa lẹ́yìn tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ gáàsì tó bú ṣẹlẹ̀ ládùúgbò Abúlé Àdó níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Amúwọ̀ Ọ̀dọ̀fin nípínlẹ̀ Èkó ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn ló di aláìnílé ó sì lé ní 50 ilé tó bàjẹ́ lásìkò ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún ẹbí iléeṣẹ́ àjọ elépo rọ̀bì NNPC ti wí ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ṣẹ̀ ńgbà tí ọkọ̀ akẹ́rù kan kọlu àwọn sìlíndà gáàsì tó wà níbùdó tí wọ́n ti ń pọn gáàsì tó wà lẹ́bàá iléeṣẹ́ àjọ elépo rọ̀bì lóṣù kejìlá ọdún tó kọjá èèyàn 7 ló tún farapa lẹ́yìn tí sìlíndà gáàsì kan búgbàmù lẹ́bàá ilé ìtura Sheraton ròyìn ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ajórinmọ́rin kan tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lágbègbè ilé ìtura náà ni wọ́n lo gáàsì láti fi jó irin lára ọkọ̀ ńlá kan ètò fa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún lóṣù kọkànlá ọdún tó kọjá gáàsì dédé búgbàmù ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù ìtajà gáàsì kan nípòpónà Àdùkẹ́ lágbègbè Ajégúnlẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Èkó ètò gbẹ̀mí èèyàn 7 tí 21 sì tún farapa gáàsì tó ń jò náà ni wọ́n ní ó fa sábàbí ọ̀pọ̀ ibùdó ìtajà gáàsì kéékèèké ló ti wá gbòde kan láwọn agbègbè tó jẹ́ ti ilégbèé káàkiri ilẹ̀ yìí tí kálukú sì ń pọn gáàsì sínú sìlíndà rẹ̀ nínú àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù wọ̀nyí nílùú Èkó ẹ̀wẹ̀ káàkiri ibi gbogbo làwọn òǹtajà gáàsì yìí wà àwọn tọ́rọ̀ yìí kàn gbọ̀ngbọ̀n tó fi mọ́ àwọn òǹtajà gáàsì ni wọ́n ti ń ké gbàjarè lórí bí àwọn ilé ìtajà gáàsì ṣe ń gbilẹ̀ káàkiri ìlú lóṣù kọkànlá ọdún 2019 ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó sọ pàtàkì fífò tó lé títa gáàsì ní àwọn agbègbè ilégbèé láti dín ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá gáàsì kù náà ni.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunsina mo ka ìròyìn kan láìpẹ́ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọlé aṣojú-ṣòfin kejì ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀kótó ilé tó ń rí sí ìṣirò àwọn ìwé owó iléeṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ wọ́n ní àwọn pe àwọn iléeṣẹ́ kan àti àwọn adarí iléeṣẹ́ kan àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ àmọ́ wọ́n kọ̀ wọn ò wá wọn ní pé àwọn fẹjọ́ wọn sùn ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari ṣé kìí ṣe pé ó ti dójú ẹ̀ nípa èyí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ láìpẹ́ gbogbo alárí bí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n ránṣẹ́ pé pọ́ndé àrí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n ránṣẹ́ pé Ngige láti wá sọ bí ó ṣe ń lọ ní ilé iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ ṣé ó ti di wípé ẹnu àwọn aṣòfin ò ká ṣáà lè sọ pé ẹnu àwọn aṣòfin ò ká àwọn tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ gbà síṣẹ́ mọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórí iléeṣẹ́ àti lájọ̀lájọ̀.
ó tọ́ ọbẹ̀ ni pé ẹjẹ́ àwùlẹ̀ sọ bó ṣe wà ó tọ́ ọbẹ̀ ni pé àwọn mínísítà tí ààrẹ wa yàn wọn mi fẹ́ sọ pé wọn ní ìbọ̀wọ̀ àwọn aṣòfin wa wọn jọ wọn lójú.
ẹ jẹ́ ń dárúkọ ara àwọn tí wọ́n ní kí wọ́n yọjú o gómìnà báńkì àgbà ilẹ̀ yìí Emefiele wọ́n ní kí wọ́n yọjú wọn ò wá ẹni tó jẹ́ adarí ibùdókọ̀ ọkọ̀ ojú omi Adisa Bello Usman wọ́n ní kí wọ́n yọjú wọn ò wá.
ṣe rí àwọn aṣòfin yẹn wọn jọ wọn lójú mọ́ àwọn aṣòfin wa Senate House of Reps National Assembly wọn jọ àwọn mínísítà yẹn àwọn àtàwọn tó fún ní appointment National Authority ní CBN wọn jọ wọn lójú mọ́ torí pé àwọn ti jẹ dodo ni wọ́n ti jẹ dodo wọ́n ti sọ àgbàdo mọ́dì wọ́n ti di aláwàdà adìẹ àwọn náà ti ń gba mu ó dàbí ẹni pé àwọn náà ń gba bá mu dàbẹ́ torí tí ìbá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó máa nígbà tí Sàràkí wà ní adarí-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin anira kí Sàràkí Senate president nígbà tí ó máa nira káwọn Sàràkí yẹn tó pé yàn pé star kan náà gbóhùn ní wa báwọn Sàràkí gbọ́n pé ẹrántí Amadu Ali custom ọ̀gá àwọn custom wá tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ lọ ná
lórí àwòṣọ àbọ̀ṣọ
wá tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ lọ ná so ohun tí mò ń sọ ni pé ṣe rí tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ wọ́n sọ pé àwọn Yorùbá sọ pé tó má gbẹ̀yàn ní àbí fúnra ẹ̀ ráì
yóò pa fún ẹ̀
mọ́ ni ṣe rí àwọn olórí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tí wọ́n sọ pé kinní kan èèyàn Buhari ni wọ́n èèyàn ààrẹ ni wọ́n kinní kankan wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rí pé àwọn náà pa fún wọn mọ́ tí ìbá ṣe yẹn náà àwọn èèyàn ò ní pọ́n wọlé wọn máa rí wọn fín ni ẹ mọ ìjọ tí Ngige tí gómìnà ìgbà kan rí sẹ́nitọ́ Ngige tí wọ́n lọ sí House of Reps tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ Fálékè pé sáwọn ṣẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ bàbá yẹn nǹkan tí lójú mi gbà tí mo ní pé àwọn èèyàn yìí wọ́n ti olóyìnbó ọ̀pọ̀ gan desecration wọ́n ti bà ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin jẹ́ níbi pé ẹ ti sọ bí ẹ ti ń ṣàwàdà àwàdà tí ò ní ṣe tí èdè kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú ìdàgbàsókè àti gbé ayé àwọn aráàlú àwọn mínísítà di pé ẹ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣà sáwọn ọ̀nọ́rẹ́bù sáwọn sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ wa àwọn náà wà rẹ́rìn kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ ó wá dé gbà sọ ní ìròyìn àbẹ̀wò pé kíní yóò dáa ìwà tí ò dáa nǹkan tí ò dáa fi nǹkan burúkú la fi rọ́lẹ̀
àbọ̀
ẹ̀ náà rè
àwọn olè lọmọ
ọjọ́ ṣeré tó bá dé wọn máa fà wọn pa ni wọn bí kámẹ́rà sáwọn lójú àwọn bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn so kò sí ẹrù kò sẹ́ni tó jọ wọ́n lójú nǹkan tí ò sì dá ni tí ò dẹ̀ dá rárá ni mo máa ń sọ pé ọ̀nàrẹ́bù wa wọ́n lè ní ìwà wọn lọ́wọ́ o wọ́n lè jẹ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà àmọ́ òótọ́ ọbẹ̀ tá a gbọ́dọ̀ má sọ ni pé àwọn èèyàn ló yàn wọ́n síbẹ̀ àwọn Nàìjíríà ló yàn wọ́n síbẹ̀ tá máa ní àwọn fẹ́ rí yín àwọn fẹ́ bèrè ìbéèrè lọ́wọ́ yín ó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà ló fẹ́ rí yín iṣẹ́ yìí ẹ̀ ń sin ìlú ni ìlú kọ́ ló ń sìn yín so tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ ń sìn mo lè béèrè pé bọ́lẹ̀ bá ṣẹ́ mi dé owó tẹ̀ ń gbà owó ọmọ Nàìjíríà ní tán fún yín lówó oṣù.
tó dà mo ka ìròyìn nípa àwọn ilé ìtajà gáàsì tó ti di tọdọfọkálé káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè kò tiẹ̀ tó wá wọn ní pé káàtì ẹ̀kọ́ síbi tó yẹ àwọn àárín ilé àwọn lágboolé kó tó di wípé nǹkan míì yóò máa ṣẹlẹ̀
ẹnìkan ṣàwàdà kan létí mi jọ
kan yọ lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
ẹnìyẹn sọ pé ọmọpọlọ sọ pé iná ní fi payé rẹ ìjọkùnrin sì jó dáadáa ṣe rí èmi mo ti sọ tipẹ́tipẹ́ náà pé gbogbo ilé epo ilé gáàsì tá à ń kó sáàrin agboolé yìí sáàrin ilé yìí kò ní pé wá o.
ibi tí ò sófin ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣé kò sí àwọn tó yẹ kí wọ́n rò pé kí lẹ fẹ́ kọ́ síbí yìí.
òfin wà kódà òfin wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ òfin wà ní ìjọba àpapọ̀ pé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe rí Nàìjíríà yìí a sọ fún yín pé ṣe báwa la ṣòfin èèyàn ló ṣòfin èèyàn ló rúfin èèyàn ló ṣòfin wọn ní ẹni tó bá ti mọ̀wé ni ó mọ̀wé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan pátápátá ni mo rí pé wà ní òwe òfin wa àmọ́ táì tẹ̀lé mo mọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ rí àwọn mo sọ kékeré nìkan nígbà kan nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ yìí wọ́n pè nǹkan ní CDC Community Development Committee bí àwọn alága lọ́n lò dọ̀ àdúgbò mo rántí àdúgbò kan nígbà kan ìfẹ̀dárúkọ àdúgbò yẹn àwọn kan fẹ́ kọ́ ilé epo sádùúgbò wọn kíákíá àwọn aládùúgbò ní ẹjọ́ ẹ pọ̀ sókè ìrajà kò sáyè bí báyìí ẹ má fi ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn wa wíwu epo kò láàánú anybody o iná ò láàánú yẹn o kò láàánú o kò wọ pé àgbàlagbà náà fi kọ́lé yìí kí ni kí lọ́ọ́ fi ṣe ẹ dákun mo fẹ́ bẹ ìjọba náà níṣẹ́ tó pọ̀ regulation ìjọba náà níṣẹ́ tó pọ̀ láti ṣe láti àwọn ilé epo ìtọ́ pé káàkiri ṣe àwọn gáàsì ni káfíń ọdún gàdá kẹ.
tó ẹ̀yin ara lé ẹ ti lè dá sí 08055009850 òun náà ni nọ́mbà tí ẹ fi lè pè wá 08055009850.
hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ káàárọ̀ o.
orúkọ yìí bilẹ̀ tí ń pè wá.
ìyá mọ̀tò lóríta ní
Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ẹ káàárọ̀ ọba o.
wọ́n kí gbogbo ọkọ̀ yín bẹ̀yẹ̀ sọ o.
ẹ ṣe wọn.
wọ́n sì kí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn.
ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
a kú tìnáwó ti gómìnà wa mo kọ́kọ́ kí onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Mákindé. àbọ̀ ọlọ́run dájú lórí wọn o. wọn ò ní jí wọn gbé wọn ò ní já wọn mú wọn gbé o. ọlọ́run dájú lórí wa lọ́yọ̀ọ́ ti ti o. àti gbogbo Nàìjíríà.
èwo lè fẹ́ dá sí lóòrọ̀ ìyá Bọ̀sùrá.
mo fẹ́ dá sí àwọn onígáàsì tí wọ́n kọ́ káàkiri ni. kíní yẹn léwu. ètò mìíràn ní láyé ẹjọ́ ṣé bínú igbó náà máa ń kọ́lé wọn sí pé ká tí wọ́n lọ ra gáàsì. ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn ẹni kọ̀nà ẹni àgùn ni wọ́n dẹ̀ lómi fẹ́ fi yàrá rẹ̀ kọ́sọ́ pé mọ́ta gáàsì. ó sì léwu bá àmì àtàwọn olówó gan-an méjì àti pàmòrà kámọ́ ti léwu.
ẹ ṣeun ìyá Mọ̀sùrá.
ẹ ṣeun ìyá Mọ̀sùrá láti Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ tó tó di gómìnà wa tí wọ́n ti nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n ti gbé owó kalẹ̀ fún ikọ̀ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn láti fi gbéra sọ.
à ń bọ̀ láìpẹ́ à ń bọ̀ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ti múra ń bọ̀.
ó ti múra kó gbéra ló. hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sá o.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sá.
ẹ kú ètò akọ àtàrọ̀ o.
orúkọ yín ibi tí ń pè wá.
orúkọ mi ni Ejiniyi láti ìlú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́.
Adéníyì. Ejiniyi láti ìlú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. yes sir.
àti iye kúṣẹ́.
yes sir.
àti àwọn ènìyàn yín tó jọ ṣe ọlọ́ọ̀bá yóò ràn wá lọ.
àmín.
lórí ọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lèmi fẹ́ dá sí. lórí owó tí Buhari tó fẹ́ yá. ẹ rí i pé bó bá yẹ pé bí wọ́n ṣe ń yáwó yẹn wọ́n ń lò fún ìdàgbàsókè orílẹ̀-èdè ni kò bá dá púpọ̀. ọ̀rọ̀ ni àwọn èèyàn ti sọ pé tó àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ìjọba náà wọ́n kún wọn láàrin ara wọn. owó tí wọ́n rí láyé owó tí wọ́n rí sọ̀ láyé Abacha tí Abacha ti kó tí wọ́n rí àmọ́ tí wọ́n fi ṣe. owó táwọn NCDC wádìí owó tí wọ́n ti kó jẹ ní ìlú lọ. owó tí wọ́n rí láyé EFCC tí wọ́n ti fẹ̀sùn kan mágù. bàbá kìlàwà náà tó máa SD tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ òun náà ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé Tinubu kan ní kinní kan ẹ wáyé tó wà látìmọ́lé wọ́n gbowó ọwọ́ rẹ̀ onírọ̀rọ̀ sọ ẹ̀wọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àwọn ọ̀la ẹnìkan gbàdúrà dáadáa tó bá yẹ pé owó tí wọ́n ń yá yẹn tí gómìnà Mákindé ṣe pé $100 billion lọ́gbọ́n bá ti ṣe nǹkan sí ìlú káàdì àti fúnẹ́ẹ̀dì pé owó yìí àti ìdí nílùú ẹ̀ka ẹ̀yáwó àríwúlò rẹ̀ níkà ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni Ọlọ́run àdúrà ní ká máa fi ran orílẹ̀-èdè lọ́wọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣàánú wa ní kọ́lọ́ yàn fún wa wà ní sunkún ní 2011 nígbà pé ìkárí nígbà àti ó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ kò rí nǹkan kan sí mọ́ ó sunkún àrùpánu Nàìjíríà ní kó àmọ́pánu ara rẹ̀ ní í ṣe wọ́n kó àwọn ìdìbò
lérò tí ẹjọ́ tá a bá níbi ẹjọ́ ṣẹ́gun láṣẹ sún àfàìmọ̀kámọ̀ dáná sunlé ibi tó nílé bá fọ̀nà sí ni ẹja tọ̀. hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
ẹ káàárọ̀ mà.
mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ̀yẹ yìí.
orúkọ yín o.
Mrs. Isaac láti Owódé Àpáta. yóò dára fún yín o.
àmín.
níka ògúnṣí náà yóò dára fún yín o.
àmín mọ́mí ẹ̀.
gbogbo bí tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ẹ ò ní ṣì sọ.
àmín o.
sẹ́rí ilé aṣòfin yẹn ẹ̀yin ẹ fi wọ́n lẹ̀ bí wọ́n ṣe máa rí wọn fi ń sùn náà olórin kan sọ pé ọkọ̀ nàìjíríà máa dé lójú àgbà mi sani ó gun ọkọ̀ yìí dé èbúté àdúrà ni ẹ máa fi ná nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́ yóò dára fún yín bí sèkú sínú ìwé òní ṣìwé o yóò ti ní fẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ṣe tuntun nàìjíríà àtẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn o yóò dára fún yín have a wonderful day.
ẹ ṣeun o àdúpẹ́ 08055009850. hello tẹ́ bá fẹ́ pè wá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ kúrò ní ẹ̀gbẹ́ rédíò yín ká lè gbọ́ra wa dáadáa ni ní fomi sẹ́nu ká tún máa fẹ́ náà ìkan láṣẹ inú méjèèjì. hello sir ẹ káàárọ̀ orúkọ yín bọ̀lẹ̀ tí ń pè wá. yes sir.
Kẹ́hìndé Ọládẹ̀jọ ni láti olúhàn yẹn ó burú jáì àwa làwọn òyìnbó mú wa wọ́n ń sokùn sí alọ́rùn lílu wọn lọ́hùn. tó bá a ṣe ń ṣe ara wa làwọn náà rí lẹ́sìn ń pè wá lẹ́ran kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú fún wa. àwọn lẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin báwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ ṣáájú ti sọ wọ́n ti jẹ dòdò ẹnu wọn ò gbódódó ó sì mọ rí wọn sínú ńgbọ̀ bá yá ewúrẹ́ tà ń lé ńgbọ̀ bá kò giri yóò padà yín ẹ kú ètò.
ẹ ṣeun ní láǹfààní àti gba ìpè kankan mọ́ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti pè wá tẹ́yìn tẹ́ fẹ́ pè àmọ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ ráyè wọlé ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́ yá àmọ́sọ́rọ́ látòríta náírà Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ẹ ṣeun ọ̀gbẹ́ni Jíní látògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ẹ ṣeun Mrs Isaac Owódé Àpáta àdúpẹ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Kẹ́hìndé Ọládẹ̀jọ látògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ẹ ṣeun ṣe àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wọ́n wà lórí ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ògúnṣínà ẹ ṣeun ṣeun.
ẹ ṣe mo dúpẹ́ mo kí ẹ̀yin ara lé náà àwọn táwọn máa tún lè wá ṣe lónìí mo kí wa o àwọn táwọn ẹni tún ṣe mí kí wa rárá èkú di ọ̀la lágbára
náà. kò tí ì ju a lè fi sáré tún àyíká wa ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn àti òwò tí a bá ti ń ta ọjà wa tó ní ni a ti máa ṣẹ́rí padà lọ sílé lórí ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ fún ti òní ẹ má gbàgbé pé àwọn akẹgbẹ́ wa tún bọ̀ lọ́la fún àkọ́tún ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ lọ́la ọ̀sán yìí ní orúkọ tèmi mo kí wa pé ká máa fi rè pàdé.
èyí Táyọ̀ Olúṣọlá lèmi dé Táyọ̀ láwọn tún pàdé o.
ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lọ ní o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni. 98.5 FM. Oh yeah. 98.5 FM. It's the place to be with the radio experience.
Ẹ bá fẹ́ bẹ̀bí nínú ìmọ̀ òfin rárá ní oúnjẹ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìnkì chicken flavour ó wà ní aládùn edé aládùn ẹja àti aládùn ẹ̀fọ́. Tasty Cube chicken flavour ó ń fúnni ní oúnjẹ tó gbádùn. Tasty Cube chicken flavour.
ó máa jẹ́ kí ilé rẹ̀ máa kàn bá gbogbo ẹbí kí gbogbo àyíká máa dọ́gbére ni o láti inú yàrá ìdáná lórí àwọn ìtẹ́lẹ̀ sínkì àtàwọn nǹkan mìíràn
òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn o kì í ṣaṣọ funfun nìkan la lára àgbẹ̀yìdá jíìkì ń pọ̀ ẹ tún lè lò ó láti fọ ohunkóhun tàbí ibikíbi láti fọ ìdọ̀tíkídọ̀tí nílé yín jíìkì á pa ìdá 99% ìyẹn 99% nínú àwọn kòkòrò àrùn tó ń fa àìsàn tó máa ń wà láwọn ibi tó bá ṣí sílẹ̀ ó yá tètè lọ ra tìyẹn báyìí.
ẹ̀kọ́ orí rédíò dé gbogbo òbí àti alágbàtọ́ tó lọ́mọ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wa yìí a mọ̀ kú oríire ìjọba gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló ní lóòótọ́ ni COVID-19 ló ń bẹ lóde àmọ́ o kò gbọ́dọ̀ dí ẹ̀kọ́ kíkọ́ lọ́wọ́ fáwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ lẹ̀kọ́ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì English language àti ìṣirò mathematics ló máa jẹ́ kíkọ́ lórí rédíò.
Announcing learning on air. Oyo Subeb says your children and words can now learn English language and mathematics through radio twice daily during this period on Oluyole 98.5 FM
Agilete 92.1 FM and Okeogun 96.3 FM. Mondays 10 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. Tuesdays 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays 10 a.m. and 4:05 p.m. Thursdays 10:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Fridays 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Saturdays 12 noon and 5 p.m.
àjọ elétò ẹ̀kọ́ kárí ayé nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ subeb lónígbọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ olùkéde announcer dr nureni adoremi adeniran the executive chairman ọ̀yọ́ subeb.
Oluyole FM 98.5.
It's 9 o'clock. Good morning. I am Oluyole with the Oyo State News. Oyo State Anti-Graft Agencies will soon beam its flashlight on the frivolous projects and contracts awarded by the past administration, as the present administration has zero tolerance for corruption and other sharp practices. Governor Seyi Makinde stated this while reacting to some issues generating from the 100 billion naira bond acquired by the state government for infrastructural development. The bond, according to the governor, is targeted at bringing more meaningful projects to the state and equally improve the internally generated revenue of the state. Makinde noted that the era of financial wastages and abandoned projects are gone, as this administration is working assiduously to take the state to greater heights. He said the state anti-graft agencies would soon beam lights on some frivolous contracts awarded by the past administration in the state. The governor assured the people of Oyo State of more meaningful projects that will turn around the economy of the state. The monthly federal allocation received by the Oyo State government is not enough to pay salaries of workers in the state. Hence, the need for government to re-strategize its spending on infrastructure to generate more internally generated revenue. Governor Seyi Makinde stated this during the flag off construction of the 21-kilometer airport at Jia New Ife Express Road with spur to Amuloko Road project. According to the governor, the 21-kilometer road is a result of the present administration's commitment to coming up with strategic ways of reducing infrastructural deficit through alternative project funding approach APFA. The governor said what entails in the alternative project funding approach is that the contractor carries the project risk and ensures quality delivery and completion of the project at a stipulated time. A former chairman of the Ibadan branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Bola Olowe, has called on all members of the engineering society in the state to work together to uplift professional excellence in the state. Engineer Bola Olowe made this call at the 3rd anniversary of the Oluyole branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. While commending the branch for the landmark achievement, Engineer Lowe also charged its members to continue to do more in the areas of professional development. The branch chairman, Engineer Abdulrazak Jimo, said the branch has contributed in no small measure to the mentoring of engineering graduates, and through the establishment of the resource center would do more to uplift the engineering profession. Please be reminded that COVID-19 is real. You are advised to stay safe. And that was Oyo State News as packaged by Eniola Adeaga. I am Olaboyede Odekunle. Good morning.
ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Dámilọ́lá Awólabí lórúkọ tèmi. Àjọ tó ń gbógun ti ìwà ìbàjẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kò ní pẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tọ̀nàwádìí iṣẹ́ àgbàṣe tí kò lẹ́sẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ tíjọba àná gbé síta fún àwọn àgbàṣẹ́ṣe nítorí pé ìjọba tó wà lórí àlééfà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ kórìíra ìwà jẹgúdújẹrá. Gómìnà Ṣèyí ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí di mímọ̀ lásìkò tó ń fèsì sí awuyewuye tó ń wáyé lórí owó ìyá $100 bílíọ̀nù tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbà fún iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè ohun amáyédẹrùn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà ti wí, owó ìyá náà yóò mú kí owó tí à ń pa lábẹ́lé rú gọ́gọ́ sí i pẹ̀lú àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan. Gómìnà Mákindé ṣàtẹnumọ́ rẹ̀ pé àkókò ìnákúnà àti iṣẹ́ àkànṣe ní pípa tètè kọjá. Ó ní ìjọba ń sa gbogbo ipá rẹ̀ fún ìlọsíwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ní báyìí náà, owó tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ń rí gbà látinú àsùnwọ̀n àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa kò tó sanwó oṣù òṣìṣẹ́. Ìdí nìyí tíjọba fi ń fọgbọ́n ṣe lórí owó náà fún àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè tí yóò máa mú owó wọlé lábẹ́nú. Gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ló sọ èyí di mímọ̀ nígbà tí ó ń ṣíde àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ojú ọ̀nà ní kìlómítà 21 ọ̀nà pápákọ̀ òfurufú Àjẹ́à sí márosẹ̀ tuntun tó lọ sílùú Ilé-Ifẹ̀, èyí tí yóò gba àmúlòkọ. Gómìnà Mákindé ní iṣẹ́ àkànṣe ojú ọ̀nà yìí jẹ́ ara ìfaraẹnijìn ìjọba tó wà lóde láti wá ọ̀nà tí àdínkù yóò fi bá bí wọn amáyédẹrùn ṣe dẹnu kọlẹ̀ nípìnlẹ̀ yìí. Gómìnà ṣàlàyé pé ṣíṣàmúlò ọ̀nà mìíràn láti wá owó náà fún àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ló ní ṣe pẹ̀lú kí agbaṣẹ́ṣe kó ru ẹ̀rù ewu tó rọ̀ mọ́ àkànṣe iṣẹ́ tó gbà kó sì ṣe iṣẹ́ tó kúnjú wọn àti pé kó parí iṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lákòókò tí wọ́n ṣe àdéhùn. Gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé tún ṣèlérí pé ọ̀pọ̀ àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè lòun yóò tún ṣíde rẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, alága tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́gbẹ́ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ nílẹ̀ yìí ẹ̀ka tìlú Ìbàdàn onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Bọ́lá Ọlọ́wẹ̀ ti ké sí àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ fún ìlọsíwájú ẹgbẹ́ náà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Bọ́lá Ọlọ́wẹ̀ pàrọwà yìí níbi ayẹyẹ ọdún kẹta ẹgbẹ́ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ nílẹ̀ yìí ẹ̀ka ti Olúyọ̀lé Ìbàdàn nígbà tí olú ẹgbẹ́ náà lọ́gọ̀ ẹnu fún àwọn àṣeyọrí lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan. Onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Ọlọ́wẹ̀ gba àwọn onímọ̀ràn láti fi kún ayọ̀ wọn nídìí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n yàn láàyò. Alága ẹgbẹ́ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ nílẹ̀ yìí ẹ̀ka tìlú Ìbàdàn onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Abdulrasaq Jimoh sọ di mímọ̀ pé ẹ̀ka yìí ti kópa láìlẹ́gbẹ́ ní ẹ̀ka ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ nílẹ̀ yìí láti pàṣẹ ìdásílẹ̀ àwọn ibùdó tí yóò ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ pàápàá àwọn tó jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ. Èyí ló pin ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wa fún tàsìkò yìí, ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ o.
àwọn agbára lọ́wọ́ alára wo wá di bàbá Olúyọ̀lé FM mo ní bàbá wọn ó ní bàbá lágbo dédé wọn wọ́n kàn ń bọ̀ yájà ní ṣàkó lóníṣẹ́ rẹ̀ àwa níwájú wọn ń tẹ̀lé wa láàfin èdè láàfin ọ̀rọ̀ láàfin àṣà láàfin ibi tí a ti ń mú ìlú dùn àṣètò òkun àgbọ̀n gbẹ̀kalẹ̀ kálukú ń bù tiẹ̀ lọ Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 gẹ́rẹ́ o làgbẹ̀ ń wọ́tọ̀kọ rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn gẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀yin yòókù ẹ̀ máa tẹ̀lé wa gẹ́rẹ́. Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 máa kó wọn jẹ̀ ń ṣó.
ọmọ tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ déédéé ó yẹ kó lásìkò gbádùn ní fàájì.
ẹ̀yin lẹ pè mí ń wá o ààyè.
ó yẹ kẹ́ lẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ fàájì fami àlọ́kàn ní fàájì lórí ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé.